Another one.
What's happening? Welcome to...
What's happening?
You're not even going to let me do an intro anymore, no?
Just wanted to get involved in one of them. I'm slowly going to take over the intro.
Got jealous.
Sing
Got jealous because someone tweeted that I had good intros.
No, well, that
And
was
ever
because
since then,
Staunton said
the last
the one
two
who,
episodes we've done, he's been like, fucking no, not have an intro now.
the one who does the intro is considered the face of the podcast. So I need to slowly wear my way in. Not having you taking over, reckoning you're the fucking big dog. Trying to pretend you're an alpha after what you did in year 9.
It's going to be a running theme on every podcast.
Yeah, you can't ever.
What did you do in year
You can't
9?
ever claim to have
tell
alpha
you.
status after doing what you did.
Can't tell you because we're going to release it as a Patreon.
It's not that big of a deal. It's not a great thing to listen. It's not a big thing.
Don't. We want the money, so don't like pull it.
No, I know, but people go, "Oh, what did he do in year 9? It was so bad." It wasn't horrific, but you could never claim to be an alpha after it, in my opinion.
I feel like we should get to know what's happening.
We need to know.
We'll have to tell you after the podcast.
He just said something fucking like just. You know
Stop
what, like
telling
you know, like
every week we have the same fucking stuff.
you know, like what a nerd kid would say. Thinking, I'm going to say this, and this is going to be the line that's going to make people respect me.
That one.
That line,
yeah.
And it was just dread.
Doesn't happen. I love that. The old heckle put down that doesn't work.
Yeah.
No one heckled me.
Oh,
Right.
Yourself.
I want to talk about it now. I really
No,
do.
we're not talking about it.
Forget it.
Told you it's going out as a Patreon. You know when you get that Patreon money and you're like, oh, I'm glad I never mentioned it on every single
Yeah,
podcast.
no, yeah, I'm going to have to put some material up for the Patreon. But I think the Patreon should not be about funny. I think it should be about the pain that's caused us to be where we are.
We're going to talk about that today. Some of the pain. Well, it wasn't.
Family
next got a story
dynamics.
for us.
We're going to talk about
Am I doing an intro or not? This the intro now.
Go on then.
You got to
us
introduce
argue.
us.
Well, I was planning
We're
on.
sitting here for 15 minutes.
This cunt just interrupts you.
Yeah, people are like, who the fuck are those two pricks?
Right, hello, welcome to another
We
one.
got an audience.
Podcast brought to you by Desperate Attempt to Stay Relevant by me and Simon Wozniak. We are joined today by ladies first, Katie Tracey.
Hello.
Return of the Queen.
Return.
Our only female friend.
That's because I'm nearly the same age as the Queen.
No.
Because you look like a drag queen.
Return of the drag
Say
queen.
that to me, to be honest.
Well,
That's been said to me before.
yeah. You look like a drag queen.
Yeah. Because my shoulders.
Imagine
You do.
just getting stopped in the street. You'd make a great drag queen, you look. Right? And also joined by Phil Chapman. You right, Phil?
All right, mate.
First time.
What's your
Yeah,
date?
first timer.
Debutante.
Yeah.
Popping the old
pod.
cherry
How many times have you been on?
tomato.
This
Once.
is my second
This is the
time.
second.
Time. There you go. Here I am.
We've had Staunton on
baby.
3 times, Katie on twice, and Danny on twice.
It's good
All
to have
about
you
that.
here, mate. I'm glad we've got you.
Availability, innit?
I know we've been trying to get you for a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah, yeah.
Difficult to pin down, aren't you?
Biz on a Monday, innit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Monday's his busy day, he said. He wants us to move the podcast record to a different day.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Do all your
Yeah.
admin on a Monday?
No. I'm just busy on a Monday.
Got
Monday's
a
the
profile
busiest day
for
of
us
the
to move
week.
the days, Phil, sorry.
Yeah, soz.
Certain-
Profile, or you got about a certain radius.
Got to bring in a couple of Patreons.
Yeah.
But-
Got to be.
Not going to happen with all Philly chaps.
I don't know. You must have a decent profile now.
Do you reckon?
Your videos keep going like wild.
Yeah, they do all right. Like, it could do better.
You know they're doing
Easy
well when
retweet.
people parody them.
Oh, yeah. I've been ad off.
Have you?
Yeah.
I sent it to you, didn't
Kate
I?
sent me a...
What, like a TikTok where someone's used your audio or what?
He was a comedian.
Fuck off.
I won't name them on the podcast.
I'll name them.
We can bleep them out.
That'll be on the Patreon. That'll be on the Patreon.
Dean's good for us to do that. We won't put it out, but just tell it. Well, can we go quiet for a second?
No, the guy, his brother, he did the exact same thing. And then Kate sent it to me. And I was like, this must be just a guy that's like...
So he's an
seen
old
it and
guy.
tried to like rip me off.
So what was it? What one?
It was
The horse racing one.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
off.
The horse racing
Yeah.
pandemic one.
Yeah.
And he did like a video. He just went, this is my impression of if like the pandemic horses did.
Yeah.
Did he have your lines as well?
He did.
Like,
It
literally-
very, very similar. There was like
Yeah.
a bit, it was like he's changed it a
You
little
couldn't
bit.
deny
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. And, but to be fair to him, he could do the Grand National voice.
Right.
Right.
That's
He's
all
good
that.
at the voice.
Yeah.
So obviously
Yeah.
he's probably maybe done a commentary bit before. And then I was like, well, he's just seen that. But then I found out who he was. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, shit. And then I found out he follows me on Twitter as well.
Oh, did you
Right.
message him?
No.
Surely he's
Why
not.
didn't you message him? Do you want me to message him for you?
No.
You
it's
fucking
one of those
cheeky
things.
cunt.
It's like, if you can have me on.
Cheeky. What? So, brother.
You're going to make this whole
Yeah, I
episode
know.
about
Sorry
me.
now. Sorry. Yeah, I've said that out
We
loud.
said we'll tell Dean not to say
Yeah.
it, but then we're going to mention it for the
Well,
rest
it's
of the
between
podcast.
3.5 minutes and 5. So, Dean, do your magic. But I didn't even think he was. I'd never heard of him. So
I didn't know he had
He's on there like after dinner speaker.
Yeah.
Oh, he's shite then.
yeah.
Fucking
He's
shite.
apparently he's doing it live now.
Oh,
Is
you
it? Yeah.
Doing
joking?
the live version. Yeah.
The rat.
Brings an OHP with him to the to the dinners.
Yeah, he's doing because I seen Sam Allen told me he was like, yeah, he's doing.
I think Sam Allen's
See
on next week.
Is he?
That, yeah.
Sweet.
Get the follow up.
Well, yeah, we will get the follow up. I'll get Sam. to
Get
give me
all
his
them
number.
Hull
perspective.
followers.
I'll get Sam to give me his
Yeah.
number, and I'll fucking message
Everyone's
him
been
for
after
you.
the whole dynamic.
Yeah.
Hear it from
It's
the
an
horse's
untapped
mouth.
market.
We're going to be huge in Hull one day, us. So I can't wait.
Huge in Hull.
Can't wait to do a live
Got a
show.
dream
Sounds
big.
like a porn film.
Yeah.
We've done too
Um,
much porn on the last podcast.
yeah,
Reach
Not
right,
the
yeah.
starting.
stars there. It's going to be big in Hull one day.
Oh.
So how have you been, Phil?
That sounds so forced.
'Cause he doesn't
It is forced.
He doesn't know what to do, so but he doesn't want me to control the podcast.
Yeah.
So he's
All right,
coming in
then
with like
fucking crack on.
disingenuous questions like, "How
It's
are you?"
not disingenuous. I was going
Small
to
talk.
see how he was, and then he goes,
"Yeah."
"Yeah,
When
sound."
you came in.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
I can't just walk
Like
around
a
in
gear.
fucking
He
silence.
saves the gold, don't you, for the
It'll build.
We had a
It
few.
always is a bit of a slow start with us.
Yeah.
With you.
Especially when you have
Takes
to
time.
blank out the first 5 minutes. 'Cause you're naming and shaming.
First
people.
5 minutes is poop, poop, poop.
Well, that's
I'd
what
say
I
he was a
tried.
nonce.
I
Blank
tried
this
to
out,
do
Dean.
that when I tried to do another podcast with another one with Tom Taylor. That's why that one never got released. Them tapes because it just ended up. There was too much bleeping needed because it was just a
Get
conversation.
them for the Patreon.
I know, but it's just a conversation on the phone, and I wasn't taking it like a This feels like a podcast, so I'm a bit more wary of what I'm saying.
Right.
but
When
yeah,
we're just
loose lips.
When we're just recording on the phone with a Zoom thing that I'm not even sure whether this is picking it up.
It'd be like Hogan.
Oh, I really want to see that now. Get them.
Hulk Hogan. You know when his voicemails got released.
Yeah, just dead
like
racist.
dropping the N
Loads
bomb.
of M-bombs. I tell you this shit.
Yeah, if that Dropbox ever gets leaked, we're done.
Yeah. Do you know? So obviously we're in the studio, share studios with Dan Daniel.
Mhm.
So Danny Mac was in before. Was telling us about your Leicester Mercury,
My robbery.
your robbery. I've heard about it.
Dance off. Where's me money, lad?
That's what I'm hearing. On the streets.
One gig he did, and he'd given up by his own statement. He got an email saying, "Do you want to come and do the Leicester Mercury fight?" He's like, "Yeah, sound." And I get on with Soft, so it was all right. But then he turned up,
So
and
you
then
didn't do a heat.
Don't have
he
to,
hadn't
Leicester
really
Mercury.
gigged.
What, you just have a
Is
Leicester
it by
Mercury?
It's
invitation, is
inviting
it?
it. Invitation
Oh,
only.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay, right, okay.
So he just gets an email, goes, "Fuck it, it's a gig," and he's good enough to do a gig. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not like he's stopped, but and then he just went on, did it, and then got read out as the winner.
Oh, I can
And then he
imagine the
didn't gig
fume
after
of
that.
him.
I heard you stormed it.
I did.
And
I
then
fucking
stormed
smashed
out.
it.
Was you
Smashed
fuming?
it. Well, they boxed me off with a bit of dough, which, as you know, that's all I'm about, really. Isn't it?
You got the
Just
golden
as long
handshake,
as
so
the
you're all
money,
right,
as
yeah.
long as the money's there, what's the act? Don't give a fuck. No, I would have been. It would have been useful to have
Yeah.
Yeah.
as something to stick on a poster. That was all I wanted, but then it didn't happen. So, and then in the interview afterwards, they didn't put my interview out because all I did was name check everyone who'd gone nowhere. So they want you to go, oh, it's a good competition to be in because Ramesh and all this and Sean Watt and all that, and then I just name checked everyone who just was barely even on the circuit anymore, and then they were just looking at me like, right, okay, and then I went, cheers, nice one.
Thank you so much.
I was telling these about my.
It's all good though. I'm over it.
Telling these about my story when it happened to me. Hilarity Bite comedian in the year. A lot less prestigious. I was telling these before. It was I just stormed the gig. Stormed it. Like everyone coming up to me congratulating me, all the other acts and all that. And like Freddie Quinn was on, Amy Gledel and all that. So they start reading the names. Whoever come third didn't know. I wasn't asked. And second was Amy Gledel. And I was like, oh, fucking hell. And Freddie turns to me and goes, I can't believe I haven't been placed. And I went, I know, mate, I'm shocked as well. And then fucking read Freddie's name out as the winner. And I'm just left there fucking stewing, fucking fuming. So Freddie wins the gig, gets signed by them. They'd already signed him. And then magically wins their gig as well. But the worst thing was, I'd card shared the fucking 5 of them up there.
Oh.
It was like me, David Stanier, Freddie, someone else and someone else. And at that time, obviously I'm sitting there fucking stewing the whole drive home.
How much? What was the bunts like?
I don't know. I don't remember now.
It's all about the bunts, baby.
You know what I'm like, was he? I was all about the W.
Nah.
And I was fucking fuming. So we're driving back and we're having the usual car share chat of, have you seen this? You seen that? And at that point, Staunton, his ex-girlfriend who doesn't do comedy anymore, Danny Sutcliffe and David Stanier had started a sketch group and just started releasing sketches. And someone just mentioned, and like I'd forgot David Stanier was in it. And someone just mentioned, have you seen that sketch group? So I was just fucking, right, there's me chance. That fucking pile of shite. It's fucking shocking. Fucking one decent sketch in 20 minutes. There are loads of me fucking ass. It was fucking embarrassing. Why would you fucking put that out? And then someone, I think Freddie was, you know Stanny's in it, don't you? I was like, right. I just looked at me wavy mirror and went, fuck's sake.
Did you have the
sorry mate?
Did you have the dash cam at the time? Because that would be a good Katie.
No,
yeah, you should have doubled down in that
well
situation.
Before. Oh, mate, that's it.
Yeah,
as soon as it says like, "Oh, I'm sorry, mate," I just thought it was shit.
Yeah.
It's like, what's Danny gonna do? He's gonna do nothing, is he?
Yeah.
But it's like,
He's
Such a nice guy as well.
I feel like I need exactly.
You're
he's lovely.
such a cunt.
He's lovely. I just like feel like the biggest cunt. Freddie's got the fucking trophy on the wind on the fucking windscreen. Just like
stick it on the bonnet like it's a Merc, like a jack.
I was just there.
Trying to rub it in or not?
Yeah, some cunt's getting it.
But Hutchie thought he'd won when I got read out of sec, so he took a step forward. Yeah, he did. Apparently, he said that he was sort of waiting there, like waiting to go up and win, and then he never got read out, and then Soft took gold.
Fucking rats, mate.
And then on the walk to the after party, I was with Soft, and he got the call from the press thing to have his interview on the thing.
Yeah,
and I was just shouting at him, and then it was funny, like he had to give this dead serious answer that he couldn't give a fuck about. He's too cool to do stand-up dance off. It's like he doesn't need it, do you know what I mean? At all.
There's no pain.
No, he's just too cool. So it's like I'm not travelling to fucking Hull to do a gig. Like, I don't need it. And then fucking me over here.
Fucking killing
Go to the arse end of nowhere for a few readies.
What about you? You ever been stolen?
Stolen? I don't think I ever won a competition. I won one competition at the Jongleurs. The last Jongleurs, like it was when they were already not paying people probably.
Last man standing.
Yeah. It was like it was supposed to be on like some TV channel, like a Sky Atlantic or something, like one of the like shit channels.
Yeah.
One of them used to have live from Jongleurs on, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like Men and Motors,
it was. Yeah.
It was supposed to be on that, but
Topless
like,
weather.
none of us saw
Paramount.
it. Me, Bennett, Sutcliffe, all in the final.
Yeah.
From up here.
Oh, Kev Shevlin was in it as well, wasn't he? I think I remember seeing that.
Yeah. But we did in the heat, or the heat to get through the final. They came down. It was at the Laughter House, and it was me, Che. There's a few people. Ro was on.
Yeah.
And it was like between me and Ro went down the line and commiserated everyone, and then went to get it, and I got announced as the winner.
Fucking hell! Did he really go? Like,
yeah, because I was right before the break, and he was right after the break.
See, I never saw this bit of Ro's career.
But
he was like 4 years, 5 years deep by the time, so I never got to see that.
Yeah. No, he went down and was like, oh yeah, and then he was like shook everyone's hand and was like, don't worry about it. And then they announced my name. But again, even though I won, I feel like maybe there was a bit because I just signed with Laughter House at the time.
Right. There you go.
There
then
was a bit of like that was my agent, so I kind of felt like
political.
Yeah. Because I'm willing to admit when that kind of stuff happens.
I lost a final Laughter House.
You benefit from it. You benefit from it.
Yeah.
I love losing finals. I think it's great. I think it enriches your character.
I never won
I'd rather win
a gong show.
Exactly.
I'd rather win
You've
or
never won a
come
gong
dead
show?
last. I wouldn't want to be in between. Be the best or be the shittest.
You've never won a gong show.
Never won a gong show.
You won a gong show.
I've won a gong show, mate. I've won gong shows, yeah, just not competitions.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If I was you, I'd go back and do a gong show now.
Mate, that'd
just
be
to win
worse
one.
if I lost then. Imagine if I got gonged off after 15 seconds. Nah.
Sometimes I think I might just go and do a gong show on a Monday just to wipe the floor with the new axe and fuck off again.
That's if you don't win.
What do you mean? What if it didn't?
It's worse.
as if I wasn't.
I did King Gong once, and I went through, and I was the blatant winner. Yeah. And they did a clap off twice, and I won both of them hands down. And then they did paper, scissors, stone, and the other guy took it, and the guy went behind the bar at the comedy store.
So is this you doing King Kong to get in with the store? Like
That was years ago when I was trying to get in with the store.
right.
I done a thing with Hot Water once. You know, when they used to do that like Friday night thing, and if you won, you got to do another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Worst show ever. I'd done the best. I was winning the clap off, and then someone they said, oh, they were like, oh, it's between me and Andrew Kearney used to gig. Like, oh, let's let someone said, like, oh, you should do a dance as a joke, and someone said, someone said do the YMCA, and he went, oh, I can't because I can't spell, or I'm dyslexic or something, and then the whole audience started laughing, and I was like, he's got an extra joke in the rap. He's got an extra, and then so then they done the clap off. I was gonna piss it, and then he won the clap off with his extra joke. So I'm just there, fucking few. But the best thing was, I got the fee in the end.
Kearney's done you there, to be honest, mate. He's been for someone who reckons he's the street king. Yeah, he got hustled then.
Yeah, you know what the best thing was though? He went on, done 2 minutes, died on his ass, come off again, and they went, do you want to go back on? So I went on, done 10 minutes, then got the fee, and then just fucked off.
50 quid.
Yeah, it was like 50 quid.
I did Hot Water, the Comedian of the Year one year, and the lineup was all like, I think Adam Rowe was one of the on the lineup. There was loads of people.
No, Adam Rowe wasn't. He done the year before me.
I can't remember. It was
a really,
was it a really strong lineup?
It was when Davey Ash done it and then brought 50 guests.
Yeah, it was then. Yeah. But then
brought the whole of Kirby with him.
Yeah.
Put on a fucking coach from Kirby.
But it did really well. I just didn't win. I didn't expect to win, and then at the end, I was like, I didn't expect to win, so I didn't feel disappointed. And this woman come up and went, oh my, I think I come like fourth. And she went, oh my God, I thought you were brilliant. I went, oh, thanks. She went, you should have at least compared. I was like that. At least say first.
She's a cheeky bitch because I come third. I remember that year. I come third. Davey Ash come second because he brought the whole audience with him.
I don't even remember you being there.
Johnny Schumacher smashed it.
Oh, yeah, he won, didn't he?
Yeah, Johnny Schumacher won.
You gotta have a good one if you can beat a whole family. Do you know the best thing I've ever seen with when everyone's extended family coming to a gig, right? It was at Rawhide Raw, and this lad went on, and he was doing impressions. But he was doing impressions of his own family, which apparently they were dead good because like the family was sat in the audience, they're like, "Fucking that's Nan." And then like he started doing like people like everyone would know. Yeah. And he goes, "Right, I'm going to throw this one out to the audience. So you shout someone out, and I'll do an impression of them." And it was at the time. I remember it was at the time when when Andy Gray and and what's his name? We got
Tyler.
Richard Keys. They got
That was the beginning of the end for the world, by the way. Yeah. When them two got taken down, everything's gone now. The whole world changed when the last word got cancelled. When the last word got cancelled, the world was finished in my eyes. It used to be the last word by an all-new Simpsons on a double bill Sunday. When that got pulled, everything went to shit.
They were in the news that week for being pulled. Yeah. And the guy goes, someone shouted at Richard Keys. Yeah. And he went, oh, I don't know how to do him. It was Andy Gray they shouted because he's quite easy. He's just Scottish. Don't know how to do him. And then someone went, all right, Barack Obama. And he goes, oh, I can't do Barack Obama. And then he goes, I'll tell you what I'll do. And the audience fucking kicked off. They were like, no, you said we could say what you do. We're going to say what you do. So they start shouting, we're going to say it. Like, so they're shouting stuff. He goes, no. And he goes, right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do David Beckham reading the weather in the style. And I was like, that's a bit fucking niche. Yeah. We were hoping for that to happen. Someone shout that out randomly. And
I respect that play by him though. Give me some suggestions. And he's got David Beckham doing the weather.
But then the audience start booing.
He's definitely relying on his mouth.
This was just Darren Brown at the early stages.
But the audience kicked off because they were like, no, you said we can do it. So they're kicking off, right? And then someone shouts out, do an impression of a comedian dying, right?
Was that you?
Went to shit. No, I was sitting there loving it. Across the room, as soon as the audience dies down, someone across the room goes, fucking nailed that one, lad.
Oh, I love all that.
Working together to put the dirt on him, I like it.
Yeah. I like the fact that they've done that though, because everyone else is probably sitting there thinking, you brought your family, you fucking rat.
Mate, when people bring their families, loads of people have brought their family.
Davey done it for that, like that one me and Kate done. Davey done it, and I was fucking fuming.
Oh, nobody ever comes to see me from my family, ever.
Would you like them to?
No.
I'm the opposite.
No, I don't want them to. But the one time they did, my mum's seen me twice. And the one time she came, we were in...
On stage.
Yeah. It was the Comedian of the Year in Southport. And the year before, Kearney had won. No, Kearney won the one I was on, and Helen Keeler had won the year before.
God.
So me two aunties were like, we're going to come. And my mum went, oh, I'll come, because she had FOMO, because my aunties were coming. So I was like, okay. And my mum doesn't watch stand-up. The only person she watches that Norm, who just died.
Norm Macdonald.
She loved him.
That's weird, because you'd expect somebody to
like
watch a lot of comedy to have known him.
Because he just really doesn't like anyone, and she really appreciates that kind of comedy.
But she must have been known about stand-up a lot to get onto him. How did she get put onto Norm?
My brother put it onto him.
Right.
She used to sit there and watch him on Netflix and stuff.
The brother's the favourite child, clearly. I like him.
No, because when I tell her to watch something, she never watches it.
If our Sean likes him, I'll like him. Yeah,
So anyway, she came, and she doesn't like stand-up. It's not her scene and whatever. And I was on, I think I had probably just before the break or just after, and Bobby Murdoch was on first. So he goes out and does his bit, and he's like, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. And he comes off and he goes, I'm just going to warn you, right? There's a woman on the front row there. She's got like a blonde bob with a fringe, and she just stared me out the whole time. And I went, I'm really sorry, that's my mum. And he went, oh, right. And then I went out, and before I'd even uttered one word, my mum just went in bulk. But it was really infectious, so everyone started laughing. So it seemed like I was having a really good
done
gig.
you a solid there, your mum.
Bobby's on a podcast right now, slagging off me, bringing your family to a gig.
Your mum's done you a solid when in reality she's laughing at the idea that this stupid cunt on stage. I told her she was funny.
I did the Southport one. Did you do the Southport one?
Yeah.
I didn't even get through my heat. Stephen Tries was it my heat?
Was he?
Yep, he was good. He was.
Should try and get him on this podcast, get some numbers up.
That'd be a scalp, wouldn't it? Get Stephen Tries on.
I was going to say, the one time my family have come. My dad's come pissed once and then stayed in the bar when I was on. Not even intentionally.
Right.
Doesn't like sitting down. Doesn't like sitting down. So stayed drinking at the bar while his two mates watch me.
Doesn't like sitting down.
And then come in.
Sit down in pubs.
Come into the gig. And he was like, so Stocky, I was like, yeah, he's just smashed. Like, his mates were like, he's fucking brilliant. He's brilliant. Like, over Mr. Ever. He's like, yeah, because you stand at the bar drinking because you can't be arsed sitting down.
That is such a bloke thing, isn't it? He doesn't like sitting down. I know there's blokes out there that are like that. I'm the opposite. I love a sit.
Yeah, I love a sit. Why'd you go? You're stand at the bar. Why are you going on sitting down?
Right. He stands at the bar, does he?
Right. He can't at the bar. Like during COVID, they were like, you're not allowed to stand at the bar.
I'm not fucking going in.
You know what he done? He bought himself one of them 1 meter high tables. And then put it next to the bar.
Took it to the pub.
Took it to the pub and put it next to the bar. I was like, right, that's where I'm standing. And him and his mates stood round them tables.
They all stand. They all
stand. That's amazing.
What is the? You might know. What is it?
I don't know. It just fucking annoys me.
Do you think it's some sort of like thing, like taking a seat is should be for a woman or something?
I think it's just a territorial thing.
Probably.
When we ran a pub years ago, and everyone had their own spot at the bar.
Yeah.
If anyone else stood there, they'd be like, "Oh no, you need to move." And when I used to go to the bingo and the social club with my neighbour,
where people are,
like all old people, and I used to go with her sometimes. And we'd go in, and the very first time we went, we'd sit down, and someone would go, "Oh, you can't sit there." And we'd be like, "Why not?" And they go, "Oh no, Mary and June sit there. If they come in, there's going to be murder." These women were so toxic and vicious. If someone won the bingo who didn't normally go, they'd be like, "Oh, bitch." And then this one time this woman won, and everyone went.
I sort of understand that.
Everyone went, "Oh, Las Vegas." And I went, "Oh, why'd you call her Las Vegas?" And they went, "She's been to Las Vegas."
The cheeky bitches gamble properly.
Yeah.
She's a professional. Yeah, no, in our pub we got like signs up where people stand. Not with the names on, just like bullshit corner and shit like that.
Oh yeah, that
really?
Just all them fucking sad ones and mate, everyone's just I think it's one of them pubs where there's just, why would you go there? I only go there because
it's family and it's a little community.
My mates go there, so I go there because everyone I know is in there.
But that's everyone else's thinking is, oh, I'm only here because everyone's here.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So there's a few stalwarts that will admit they enjoy it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, so when anyone new comes in, you can tell they're like, oh, this is a bit fucking rough. It's like it's not rough. Everyone's just sitting there thinking, why are you in here?
Yeah,
they're always the best pubs to go
what's
to.
What's wrong with you that you choose to come into this place?
It's not that if someone new comes in and everyone goes, who are they?
Yeah. What's their story?
They're new.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to find out.
And it's always one drunk woman like you go, yeah, like comes back and
or
like,
you get some like psycho coming and he wants to shake everyone's hands. Like he's never usually in here, but he's like off his face.
And introduce yourself and like, so we just moved. Come back, yeah. So they swing. Apparently.
yeah.
Oh.
I don't know what we were going to talk about. I had a few things to. Oh, comedy competitions.
We were someone. You know what we're going to talk about next, don't you?
Oh, family dynamics and family politics.
Was he had on Friday?
I had a bit of a nightmare at a wedding.
Had a lovely family wedding on a golf course, was it?
Yeah.
Put a picture of people playing golf. I thought he was playing golf, so straight in the DMs, you fucking Tory rat. And he messaged me back. I've already had to tell people you went to private school.
Yeah. I've already had to because he reckons he's the fucking king, doesn't he?
King of Bootle.
Scally and all that nice, so he's not that much of a scouser.
What?
The Cock of Bootle?
No, Cock of the Comics, King of Bootle.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Fucking hell.
Oh, my God, imagine getting that mixed up.
Yeah. What would it be? The Cock of...
King of Bootle. Imagine there is a King of Bootle somewhere.
Yeah, me.
It's not you.
It's me. So, why did you have to tell people I went to private school? Because...
I don't know.
You're trying to impress people.
I was just basically...
Were you using Rob to impress people?
I don't know. I think because they ask about the podcast. Yeah, and I say I was just because one of me relatives is from Bootle, the one that I was going to get you the work.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing as well.
Shout out!
He's like, I'm here with the Bootle head. So I was like, straight away.
Yeah.
Well, straight away. Oh, what's
he doing? He's a builder. Name. I haven't got a fucking clue who you are.
Hasn't. Well, I fucking knew he wasn't within 2 texts, mate. 2 texts out of his life story. Literally texts like within 2 texts later. Yeah, he's a boss joiner. Wouldn't let him build me house because I've never seen him build anything before.
Don't get a quote.
I thought it might have been a situation where someone goes to you at the wedding. Who's that rough lad? Like he's
oh, you mean like I have to justify being in his life?
No, we went to private school.
Yeah.
I just assumed you were trying to.
There might have been that too as well. No, trust me, he's privately educated. He's all right.
I thought you were trying to explain
Otherwise, I just think I'm going to get dragged into a seedy underworld or something.
Like your older auntie or something.
Yeah, there's going to be cocaine stashed in the couch and then they're going to get raided and like... Well, that might happen to me.
What it is he pretends to be really rough and I pretend to be really posh and that's how we do it. But don't worry, he went to private school, Mum.
Why aren't the cameras high before we...
This is what we're doing now.
Right.
I've stopped worrying about my weight. I've passed that.
I thought the high one looked all right.
So go on, tell us what happened with you.
Just got too drunk.
Anyway.
Oh.
Camera's £10 anyway.
Yeah.
Just got too drunk, too quick, said things.
Was you pissed before the speeches?
I was on the way because there was free wine on the table.
Open bar or just wine on the table?
Oh, that's
just free wine.
Day wine. It's
never
a good
but then I'd been putting the pints back, and then you move into the bit for the speeches.
Yeah.
The red
wine.
On
a table where they don't drink wine, where they don't drink much wine.
No, people would drink. I was on a table that was mixed, but
you drink.
The red obviously was the one that gets me. Red wine will finish me.
Well, I was on a table at a wedding once where the next 2 tables next to them, no one on our table was drinking red wine. So I had 4 bottles of red wine to myself, just like I'm not buying a drink. I'm not buying a drink for the rest of the night, mate. I'm just fucking nailing these bottles of red wine.
But again, it's the same thing that happened with the Sorrento. It's the wrong head. I'm in the wrong headspace. Right. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm going to a family wedding with the mindset of it's a night out.
Did you have that mindset going into the wedding? Yeah.
Yeah. I knew I was there to kill. I'm stopping at nothing here. I'm going to be crushing. And I did. But obviously you're going to upset a few people when you're going to kill, aren't you?
You don't walk out of the church after the ceremony and go, right, let's get rattled.
I wasn't that guy.
He's in the church with a whiskey, wasn't he?
No, I wasn't that guy. But I probably did go with the wrong mindset of I'm going to kill here. I'm not going to be reserved. Like you say you're reserved. I mean, I'm going to be reserved now.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to end up penniless.
Well, I'm not reserved. I'm just like, my family hate me, so I have to be. So go on, tell us what you've done.
Well, I don't know.
Oh.
I was that fucked.
You told me you
wait for the wedding photos to come out, wedding video.
You tried to bum the father of the bride.
Yeah.
You tried to bend the father of the bride over and bum him.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, that probably might have happened.
Called you not a cunt.
No, both dead.
Is that
R.I.P.
as he was walking his daughter down the aisle?
No. To be fair, no.
Was he just kicks him?
To be yeah, no. To be fair, Beth, who was the sister of the bride, messaged me saying, "No, it's fine. Everything was hilarious, and she doesn't drink." So I was like, "This is fine."
Yeah, but is she too nice?
She's probably just trying to be nice to me, to be honest with you. So she's probably just trying to make me feel better because I was in a bad place. Do you know what I mean? Because I had to go and do Birmingham Just the Tonic on the Saturday, and you don't want to have to do that when you're fucking hungover. I was almost in tears on that stage.
It's that level of hangover though where you're still a little bit pissed.
Well, I did it again in Scotland. I don't know if I told you about this one. I got bladdered Friday, Saturday, and then I was doing Monkey Barrel, and I was on stage, and literally, you know, the tears are here. They're just there, and you can feel they're just like gonna come out, and then I went no, and I'm shaking because I'm hungover as fuck. And I think I just want to cry because I know I'm not enjoying this. And it was an alright gig, the Birmingham one. Yeah. The Monkey Barrel one was insane. Have you done Monkey Barrel on Sunday?
It's not Sunday.
Well, it's just like it's the easiest. It's lovely, and they probably won't have me back. But
won't have me back because I'm crying.
But yeah,
turned into a therapy.
Yeah. Why are you laughing? No,
you get yourself a fucking 259 movie.
And then, but the Birmingham, it's the same one with the Birmingham one. It's just that when I'm hungover, you just get that what have I done and. Just miserable, but the gig was actually nice.
Couple of days, that fears.
Still getting over it, but I got pissed yesterday as well.
Yeah, so
the match. Yeah, so that was a bad.
Was that to try and forget about the Friday, was it?
Yeah. I thought if you get straight back on it, and then you can sort of ease into it. So Sunday wasn't going to be as heavy, but it was going to let me still continue.
I'll do you with life on Wednesday.
Yeah. So
Saturday's
now
more the eye of the storm.
I mean, I have obviously, just in case.
So what's your ma said?
That was a can of Amstel I picked up to the non-viewer listeners. So the Birmingham Just Tonic gig was all right, but I just didn't enjoy it myself, and I thought I could have enjoyed this more if I hadn't ruined everything the other night.
Ruined someone's wedding.
And then so that happened. And
so what's your ma say about ruining the wedding?
It just says it's got to stop if it ever happens again.
It's got to stop.
Now I was like,
this is a problem. Simon,
every wedding. Every wedding.
Well, you're a slut dropper.
Yeah,
you know how it is when you're on the dance floor and you've had a skin full. I got no chance.
Start tagging Start tagging.
Yeah, I'll double down at the next one. That's next year. That's in July. That's a summer one, so that'll be even heavier. I won't be going to that one probably. If I do though, I'll be on my best behaviour. A little
bit better. One of my friends used to do wedding videos when people used to get the weddings. Do people still do that?
Yeah.
Anyway, on the night of the wedding and the party, the father of the bride had his wallet robbed. And it was only when they got the wedding video back.
They seen it?
Was it you?
The groom.
Oh my God.
They found out on the wedding video, they footage of the groom going to where the father-in-law's jacket was and taking the wallet out.
But was it, what time was it like? Because is that like a
smashed?
Yeah, to go to the bar.
You know, like, it'd be
like, you know, if it was like half 11.
He knew what he was doing. No, he knew what he was doing.
Right, so he wasn't like smashed on it. It was like he's clearly robbing this.
On the rob.
Fuck me.
Because you know the father of the bride at the wedding always has a wedge on him, doesn't he? To buy everyone a berry and that.
Oh, well, at my wedding, this is like how bad my family are. At my wedding, because my dad's also like me, thinks he's the fucking king of bootle, king of everything. So I obviously got married abroad. He sulked about that. You think my mum would be gutted, like, on he sulked.
With the keks.
He sulked, with the keks. He sulked that he never got his big day. His big day. My wedding.
Big zip.
Your kek's got a bigger day.
Sorry.
Fucking sucked about it. So when we come back at the party, he'd say he'd put $2.5 grand he put aside, brought with him.
Yeah.
And he just decided to make it an open bar. So what he kept doing was kept putting 5 ton behind the bar, saying to the glove, just give me a little nod when that runs out, let me know what's going on.
That's the best way to do it.
Because your wedding do was in the Hard Day's Night, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it's going sound, So like it started at 8. Still had money.
Oh, this is the one that wasn't over. So you
okay. It was going sound. Start. I think last order was meant to be 1 o'clock, but we hadn't told anyone what last order was. I think they'd said, well, if you stay in the hotel, you can carry on drinking as long as you want anyway.
Oh,
so
sweet.
Just move upstairs, sort of thing. But we closed the room about 1 o'clock. So my dad's sister. So my dad says to the one behind the barmaid, just anyone who does anything stupid, let me know. Otherwise, when it's running out, just give me a nod. So he's there thinking, I've only spent 1,500 quid and we've only got like an hour left. This is going to last. This is amazing. I'm made up. So my dad's, there was 2 bars, so my dad's in the other bar where I was coming to talk to us because I was in there doing shots of wine with my mates.
Shots of wine.
Because we said, how much is a shot? The shot was £4. How much is a bottle of wine? Like 16 quid. You get 4 glasses out of it. Let's just shot wine. So we just got 5 bottles of wine and just done shots of wine. So
it's just
this.
I just don't get that.
No taste. No taste.
You're not from
the French would be.
No
just
absolutely.
That's like when I don't know, the Chinese mix it with Coke. They buy these 7 grand bottles of red wine and start putting Coca-Cola in it as well because they don't like it, but it's the
French
prestige.
They must be
well, there was no prestige in it. It was wine's cheaper than a shot. Let's just nail glasses of wine.
Right, okay.
So I'm doing shots. So I was in
So they were in wine glasses, not chocolate. You weren't pouring wine in shot
No, we were
glasses.
doing.
Why weren't you just necking the glass of wine?
Yeah,
Boys have a glass of wine. And
we just necking the glass of wine. Yeah, that's what we were doing.
Go on.
We were putting it into shots.
Oh,
We were
okay.
getting glasses of wine and just necking them.
Oh no, in my head you were
yeah,
pouring
yeah.
wine in
I
little
thought you
shot
were.
glasses.
No.
lemon.
We got 5 bottles of wine and just kept filling up the wine glasses and necking them.
Oh, that's just it. Why would you do that on your wedding night?
Because he's the king of bootle,
The
isn't
king
he?
of fucking bootle, mate.
Disgrace.
That's got a shot something, haven't I? You know what I mean? We're going to do another shot. Got a shoot. Something's getting shot, mate. Yeah, so my dad comes in to speak to us there, and this is like 5 to 12. He's probably coming to get me. Go, where the fuck have you been for the past hour? Like I'm bloody bladdered, going doing shots of wine, mate. Like, so stupid. And he comes in, and the next thing the barmaid just comes running in, and she goes, just to let you know that £500 is almost run out, but someone's just ordered 14 quadruple vodkas. And he was like, and he looked at his watch, gone, just point out who it is to me when you go in the room. Point out it's his fucking sister.
Yeah.
It's me auntie.
14.
She'd seen the time and thought, this is going to be an 12 bar, this 12 o'clock bar.
Right.
And went and ordered 14 quadruple vodkas while it was still free or something like that.
Right.
And like, and fucking.
But surely when that order comes in, she goes to your dad first before she starts pouring.
Well, no, she poured them and gave it to them and then went and told me dad. Basically,
because he was fucking stupid bar way.
Yeah, so he just went in and he went, all right, Sam, he's like, there's no more free bar after that last hour. They can pay their own drinks sort of thing.
Yeah.
And he's just there like, this could have went so well, but my own fucking family, just like, his own sister just went and just fucking rifled him for 14 quadruple vodkas. Just basically got everyone on the table a quadruple vodka and more. About 4 for herself. Just fucking.
I used to hate doing open bars at the Radisson when I worked there.
Yeah.
Because like
Chaos.
Scary families.
Yeah.
Because you'd be like singles only. Sorry.
Yeah.
'Cause you're not paying for
Yeah.
it. They'd boot off. You fucking saying I can't fucking have 2 vodka. Yeah, I'm saying you can't have 2
An
vodka.
8 vodka, whatever that is. They don't even know they don't even know the measurement for it. Yeah. I want an 8 vodka drink.
Just give me the bottle.
What'd be that? An octopus?
When we had the pub, we used to have this drink called a wangaroo. I didn't make up the name, but it was basically you just went with the glass along all the bottles on the optic.
Oh yeah,
a
wiki woo we called that.
Yeah.
Everything that's on an optic goes into a glass.
And one time we found a load of like
Get it for
cherry
your
bee and
birthday.
pony that was going out of date, so we just were like, what no one's buying this.
Yeah.
Just threw it in a big bowl with some lemonade and sold it for £1 a glass. And all the little old men used to come out for an hour in the afternoon.
Yeah.
We were selling it to them, and they were still there at 11 o'clock at night, like Elvis on the jukebox, having the best time of their life.
I don't mind doing that. Back when I was younger, I used to go and hang out in those pubs with the old alkies, just getting pissed.
On your own?
Nah, with like a couple of mates.
Right.
Watch them come in
Just go
over the hours.
Go and watch.
How old were you?
Like 8, 19, 20.
Right.
You know,
So you just
time.
go and hang out with a load of
Old guys.
like
our mates went
Moe's
behind the
bar.
like.
Moe's Tavern.
No, the Dr.
Yeah.
Duncan's used to go in there. You know, Dr. Duncan's
Oh, yeah.
over by the thing.
No,
we went in
I
there
don't-
one night and we had a rat in our house.
Yeah.
Like an
actual rat
an
or
actual
something with
rat.
grass.
No, an actual rat. My mate's girlfriend, we were playing FIFA or whatever,
Yeah.
Pro Evo, sitting there playing it in his room, and his missus rang, and he was like, here, you take over. He goes out, and he comes back in, he goes off on the phone, he's a Northern Irish lad, and he comes back in, and he goes, a big fuck off rats just run in your room. Yeah, so I was, he just walks off again. I was like, what do you mean? Fuck off rats. Just gone in my room. And I went, and my room was like right at the top of the stairs.
I mean,
and I went down.
I would have just fucking like if I saw a rat in someone's house, I'd just be out straight away.
yeah.
Like,
Would
it's
you?
basically-
Yeah.
What, a big rat?
I was
Fucking
a rat.
massive rat.
I wouldn't have said fuck all.
I went and looked in the
I'd have let
stairs.
that go in your room and said
This-
fuck. I'd have
Yeah,
said
but what if
fuck
it like
all.
tried to eat his face when he was asleep?
Yeah. Imagine how bad you'd feel.
Go on.
No, I wouldn't.
If I died, if a rat ate my face and
So
you hadn't said anything,
You're
Well,
playing.
like,
rest of your life you'd be sitting there.
Saw nothing.
should
mate.
have said something.
It's not that.
Cried
It's
at
just
the funeral.
grim. So
You
what?
won't
This,
even grass on a rat.
Yeah.
so this big fuck off rat goes in. Your mate goes.
Yeah, there's a rat in your room. So I went, and I went like 3-4 steps down, and I was just sitting there, and then it was like proper, like
How
you know,
big?
like in a movie where it's like, and
Yeah.
it went running across the door, and I was like, that thing's fucking huge. So we ran downstairs, built a fort, because like the stairs went there, front door, made a
with, like,
plan,
cushions.
towels and shit all over, like scarves and that over her neck.
your leg
and
and
stuff
that,
like
innit?
Yeah.
All the
And we're
vulnerable
like-
places.
Yeah. We're
The
like,
rat goes for your neck.
yeah. We're sitting there with all the like the sweeper and everything like that. Like the plan was, we were in this fort. He was supposed to. The rat was going to come. One of them was going to whack it as it come out the room.
Yeah.
Going to
Feel
go
like
down
you
the
were
stairs.
confusing a rat with a vampire.
He was
there.
he was going to open the door, and
Or
then
when
he was going to go out
around on it.
whilst we blocked this bit, right?
Yeah.
And what happened was the rat went like 2 steps down and then jumped the rest of the way. He shit himself, jumped over
Yeah.
the rat, ran upstairs into his room and slammed the door. And the rat came in the fort with us. 'Cause the door wasn't open. So we got stuck in the bathroom for like 45 minutes until like someone came and checked the rat was gone. But the rat,
Did you ever get it killed or anything?
but they got like a rat guy came out and put poison down and that, but we never got
How
him.
big was the rat?
Well, like probably just a normal sized rat, but like at the time it was like
Well, some of them can be like fucking like the,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
tail on it was like what
like them super
Yeah,
rats
yeah.
that they find when they,
yeah like
oh god, yeah.
And they
It
get
was
rid of
like
them.
New York.
yeah.
was it well, how go on you
Massive
must know the
slim size.
body wise.
Decent sized rat, like it was like probably body size like that.
Oh
yeah, ouch.
makes me
It were like
fucking
that. It were.
Yeah. It was that was horrible. And
That-
but then
I
that was
hate
why
that.
we were in Dr. Duncan's because none of us wanted to go home because there's fucking
I
rat
wouldn't
loose in
have.
our house.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gone home.
And they had like
Stayed until-
this was the next
I was
day.
saying Duncan got so bladdered that I forgot there was a rat there.
Oh well, that's what
Went home,
happened.
gone back to bed.
We ended
one
up
tried to fight the rat.
we
Come out, you
invented-
fucking rat!
we invented a drink called the Cheeky Rev. It was like this like horrible like Kane's Brewery beer. We did half of that and it was 7% and then topped it off with some like 6% beer. We were just drinking that. We had 3 pints each and I got kicked out. We were
Oh
absolutely,
good,
you know,
why'd
like,
you get kicked out?
No idea, but the next thing
Traumatized.
they were
Yeah.
telling me I was like dancing across the window with my pants down and that like in
What, you full dick out?
yeah
Yes,
just like because I've been
Chapman.
turfed out like banging on the window like that.
Right, that's a crime, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
It's
Probably.
illegal.
This was back in early 2000s.
Right, it's
so, like,
fine then.
Do you
That was
ever look
before
back and
Keezy
go,
got
oh,
cancelled.
yeah.
It's fine then.
Remember when that rat brought on a breakdown
Yeah.
in the middle of a crowded pub?
thing was we went home and then went out again to the Raz. Like we went home and we got a
Right.
taxi back out to the Raz.
Went home, got changed, forgot the rat was there.
Yeah.
That's the, hey, did it look good, all right?
No, that's
Like
grim.
that's
That
the rat. Do you want to come the rat?
Trying to get it out there.
Yeah, my cousin's there already. Cousin's waiting for me.
Yeah, come on, in the taxi.
You like it?
You'll love the ras, mate.
Do you know why the Raz is called the Raz?
No.
I didn't know it. It's because you know the Blue Angel,
Yeah,
and then you got the club downstairs.
Yeah.
They used to be separate,
yeah,
and the club downstairs was called the Razzmatazz for like a month.
right.
And then when they combined, everyone just kept calling it the Raz.
Is that still open?
I think so, yeah.
The ras is still open.
The Raz,
yeah.
you definitely hear if the Blue Angel shot, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, the ras is definitely open still. Don't know if it's any good. I've never been.
Never been.
Haven't you?
It's not.
Wasn't really a student in Liverpool,
Like
was I? I
you
was a
was-
student in Leeds, and then when I come back to Liverpool, I was like mature student, so I didn't want to go to that. I'd done freshers at that point. So.
You'd never gone. You never even like were curious about going out in Liverpool as a student.
When is it? The only time,
Scouts, you were
I was like,
"Oh,
that's
fucking
it. I've been
students."
everywhere. You know what I mean? So like, I didn't want to go to any student bars. So like,
I don't think I went to the Raz for the first time until I was probably in my 30s anyway, so I was probably way
I
too
did-
old to
Oh,
be there.
I didn't really
God.
go at uni. I didn't go till after uni. I used to go on a Saturday night.
you fucking losers.
No, we only went because it was open later than everywhere else, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Well, I used to go
dead
bumper
cheap.
because I was indie.
I heard Bumper was
Yeah.
the place to
Yeah.
go and
Bumper
die.
was when I was alive. It was called Plumbers, and it was
Right.
fancy.
Is it
as
shut
fuck.
now?
No, it's called the Beer Engine now.
I don't know if it stays open late anymore or anything though.
No, yeah, that used to be the place you went after.
I-
You were turfed out, get until 4
When I
Yeah,
went to
Bumper used to
Bumper
as
one
well.
time, I ended up going back to some French lads' house
Yeah.
on the outskirts. I don't know
Maison.
where it was.
doing shots of wine.
He was called Jean Pierre, I think.
That sounds like someone's
this-
made up that the French.
Is this
No,
leads into
someone's
a
done
story
an
where
accent
you're
for
telling
you.
were groomed by a
Yeah.
paedophile?
No, so I go back, and
Pepin
I
and
think
Peter.
it's in. I
You
think I
may
don't
recognise me from the
Toxteth or
game Guess
something.
Who?
So there's just me and this black Frenchman sat in this house. That what was it was a house, but then it was like a a flat. Do you know what I mean? So is it how? Yeah. So I'm sat there and I'm thinking, why the fuck am I here? Because I made friends with him, and then he starts rapping.
And then you were like, this is why.
Yeah, that was it. I went, yeah. Playing these really dodgy beats and everything. And then I got to like 6 a.m. and I went, I've got to go here. This is weird. And then I didn't know how to get home.
4 hours later, I was like,
I didn't know where I was.
This feels weird.
I couldn't get back because I didn't know Liverpool that well. I still don't probably. So I was just somewhere, and I was like, and then this fucking lorry guy gave me a lift to the Mackey's by Central. I went, mate, I don't know where I'm going here, and I was fucked still. So he just went, get it. He went, get in. I'm going to the I'll be passing Central, and he just dropped me off about 6. But then I went and got a Mackey's breakfast for the train home. Yeah, that was one time I went to Bumper. That happened.
Put yourself some
I used to go back. I am a bit, but I like to think I've got a good judge of character.
Right.
I've never been back somewhere and it have gone rogue. Like, oh shit. Do you know what I mean? I can tend to figure.
I'm going to end up in a container ship on the way to Latvia.
Yeah, I've never. I think I can judge. I'm a good judge of a stranger sometimes.
Feel a room.
When I'm fucked, I've still got my wits about me to go. This guy will be all right to go and spend an hour with at the end of the night.
I can't have the what's the worst thing? So you've gone back to someone's house or something like that after after clubbing.
Yeah,
and it gone bad.
Yeah, like has anything bad ever happened? Like not bad. Like
someone threatened me with a wrench once when I was like 16. So basically, started drinking when I was like 15, 16. And like, this is another story you're going to fucking just bum for the rest of your life. So when I was like 16,
say about that.
When I was like 16, I had a very cocky attitude. Very very short.
You say that like you haven't got one anymore.
Like you grew out of it.
I was very
The
attitude grew into him.
Yeah. Well, this is the problem. Very self-assured. And I'd just been through merchants, hadn't I? And like my uncle who put me through merchants at that time owned an oil company. So I was convinced I'm just going to be an oil baron, me.
Yeah.
Like I'm just going to get a job with him. I'm going to be sound. I'm just going to fucking smash it, me. My life's made. All I've got to do is get through uni. I'll go and get a job with him and be sound. So I'm in this fucking house in Seaforth. People are doing lines off the ironing board. And there's like some women there, some older fellas there, me and a couple of my mates who are older than me.
This does sound like the origin story of an oil tycoon.
Well, exactly.
In a house in Seaforth, where people were doing coke off the ironing board.
I maybe should have been more aware.
Were they doing the ironing at the same time? But just to help them get through it.
But I'm there, and I don't take drugs, so I'm just fucking bladdered. Everyone else.
Call yourself the king of brutal. You don't even have a line every now and then.
Everyone
fucking
else.
Stop recording. It's over now.
Everyone else is off the fucking face. And they're all like talking to me about like, what do you think you're posh you and all that? You're posh you. Like, what are you going to do? And I start telling me, listen, I'm going to be a fucking oil baron. I'm fucking sound and all that. So I just give it the big licks. And some fella says something to me. And I just decided, right, that's it. I was going to fucking rip you. And I was like, so I just started going, why are you here? You're fucking 40. You got a wife and kids. Why are you here doing coke off a fucking ironing board with a load of fucking kids? Wife and kids at home probably can't stand you.
You said this to him?
Yeah, I said this to him. Probably can't stand you. You're a fucking mess. You're in a fucking room Saturday morning. Your fucking kids probably can't eat at home because you're here spending on beacon. All you fucking sack. This cunt's 6'5" and massive, like lunatic. And apparently, I don't remember much after that. But apparently, like, my mates were having to hold him back. And he'd gone into a toolbox and got a wrench. And was going to put it over my fucking head. It was only the fact that he knew me dad and my uncle. And he's like, that he calmed down. I was like, all right, yeah, they're good fellas. I'm not going to smash his son's head in with a wrench. But like, yeah, that was one of the times where I'd just gone, I was just mixing the circles I shouldn't have mixed in at that point in my life.
In those kinds of parties, when you ask someone what they're going to do with their lives, they tend to say, I'll probably deliver drugs on a 8-year-old's BMX.
Yeah. But I had delusions of grandeur because I'd been a merchant for 2 years. I thought my life was fucking made. So I just told some big fuck off scally fella that his life was worth fuck all.
Oh, and if he's listening now,
yeah.
What have you got to say?
Still see him now and again.
Sign up to the Patreon. Get that kid's pocket money and stick it in our pocket.
No hard feelings.
I still see him now and again. He's all right now. It was 15 or 19 years ago now. 18 years ago.
When you were a kid, you see.
Exactly.
You gob off, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly. That was my problem.
Yeah, well, we've had conversations about our attitude towards confrontation, haven't we?
Yeah. Mine's just
he's willing to go there, and I don't think he's the kind of guy that should be doing what he's doing.
no. I've skirted danger.
He's
far too many
confronting
times.
farmers. He's confronting farmers, landowners that have probably got guns and everything. What was that time with the parking?
Parking.
You didn't like the attitude of the man who told you to move your car.
Me, I never liked the fucking attitude of anyone.
And then the petrol station one, you had a fight on the forecourt, didn't you?
Fight on the forecourt with the Delta driver in shit house.
Yeah.
It's because I pulled in, right, and I opened the door, and his door was wide open. His passenger door was wide open. I think it's his passenger. Yeah, his passenger door must have been wide open because his passenger was getting cash out of the cash machine.
Selective memory.
But it was like all the way
Yeah.
open. So I opened mine, and he was waving at me in that, but I could see the door wasn't going to hit his. So I just opened my door and got out.
Yeah.
But it was like that far away from his door.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You stupid fucking cunt," and I was like, "What? Did you just call me a stupid cunt?" And he was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Why?" And he was like, "Because I told you not to open the door because it nearly hit mine," and I was like, "Yeah, nearly." But it didn't, did it? Because I knew it wasn't. And then we got into like, and he was, but then he shit himself because he realized.
It's Phil Chapman.
He was like, he thought I was
He
just
knows the
gonna be
cock-a-boodle.
oh, sorry, sir. But I was like, no, mate.
I think those kind of people, though, when someone does go, and what? They're like, oh, no, he must be hard because otherwise...
I was like, what are you going to do, you floppy head cunt? And he was like... And then he went and filled up his car, so it looked like he got out of his car for a reason. But I was like, mate, what are you going to do? And then he tried to shoulder barge me in the shop.
Ugh.
But then did that thing.
He tried to shoulder barge.
But then it was like such a weak shoulder barge. I was like, have a good day, mate. You know, I was like, I was the bigger man then, just walking away.
Oh.
Nah, you should have had a fight with him then.
I should have.
A bigger man goes, "Who the fuck are you shoulder barging?"
A bigger man doesn't say not fucking bang.
But it's one of them where he tried
Once you
to shoulder
touch me, it's on. It's on. Like,
but I knew it was coming.
that's
so
the
he
green
just
light.
bounced off.
That's all I needed. That shoulder bar.
That was your heart check, mate. You got to fight then. You got to throw down.
It was one of them where he went for the shoulder barge and then
Right.
because he's going for me, but I'm prepared. He
What a
thinks I'm gonna
trick.
be.
It is horrible though when you
I
confront
mean, I
someone
definitely rang Delta.
and they're not asked.
Can I speak to your
The
manager,
driver of
please?
the DE14.
Yeah, you just got to style it out when you confront someone and
Yeah.
act like...
When I first got on the cabs when I was a young, spunky 18-year-old. And,
The oil thing not work out.
no, the oil thing never worked out. Turns out he
Your
fucking
autobiography's going to have some brilliant chapters.
just fights I got in.
Future
Fights.
oil tycoon, spunky 18-year-old.
So I was a spunky 18-year-old, got on the cabs. And like, the cabs are just like a little fucking bitchy little network. And like, so something had happened where someone had pulled in front of me on a rank. And that happens now. You're not asked in the slightest. You realise someone's going to do a £4 job 2 minutes before you're going to do it. Why you're asked. But when you're 18 and you don't realise that, and you're hearing all this bitching about, oh, he's just pulled in front of you and all
You've
that.
been on the taxi since you were 18.
Yeah.
know.
So someone put...
They knew they were grooming you, man. They were trying to send you in.
Well, that's what I mean. Exactly. They fucking played me.
Gonna stand for that.
They played me. And then
fish.
someone, the next time it happens, I'm thinking, I'm not fucking standing for that. Next time it happens, some fella just pulls on, and she was an honest mistake. He hadn't seen me. And I go, hey, you fucking dickheads, I was next and all that. And he's like, right, all right, well, what? Like, it's happened now. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, well, you fucking dickhead, you fucking pulled in front of me like that. And he goes, do you want to go around the corner and we'll just have a fight? And I'm like, he's taking this far too calm. Like,
Oh, you said that to
When
him?
you
oh,
know
I said
that,
that. No, I never said it. I was like, you fucking dickhead, what are you doing? And he was like,
You went
he was
into
like,
footage.
whoa. He's like, do you want to go around the corner? We can sort it out. And I was like, oh shit. Like, something's happened. Like, he's too good at this. And then it's like, no, you just fucking stay there. It's fucking out of order though and all that. Fucking stayed in my cab. Next day I could do my job, come back to the cab. The person who shouted that, international prize fighter boxer, just wasn't asked in the
Oh my
slightest.
God.
Come up to me the next day through the window and goes, listen, you want to calm down, you know, you can't be going around like life like that. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm sorry. They got into me head.
And all the other experienced drivers are all like...
Pissing themselves laughing. And I'm just like, they got into me head. I didn't know, like, I just thought you were having me off. And I just like, and he's like, just calm it down, mate. And I'm like, that going.
There seems to be so many boxing champions about. Everyone's a fucking... Every boxer's a world champion.
No, he wasn't
Like,
world, international, which normally means
But
like
anything like
some
British,
beat
UK...
some Spanish lad when he was 16, probably.
Yeah,
And he's like an international
There seems
champion.
to be so many boxing champions. It's like, I don't understand it.
So I remember that. I was just,
I suppose there's a lot of award-winning comedians, maybe.
yeah.
No idea.
Award stolen comedians.
Hang on, I won the panel prize. That doesn't count, though, does it?
No.
My mum said years ago she used to work in the social in Kirby, and it was all like open plan. And they used to give out this loan called the social fund when people were skint, and they needed clothes for an interview or whatever. And this fellow had no money, and he come in. This is a different story. One fella came in and took his mac off and stood at the counter naked and was like, "I need money for clothes," and they were just like, "Got security." So another time, it was open plan, and this fella come up and he was waiting for like his money to come through, and the girl was just on the desk, and he went like that and pulled out a big bread knife and held it up against her throat and was like, "Give me my fucking money."
The wrong knife.
And she just went like that, the knife, and pulled it away and went, "I think you need to calm down." And he just was like,
wow.
"Oh yeah, okay." And she really kept it cool. As it just been like that, it's gonna be me.
Yeah, it's the wrong knife. Someone comes out with a bread knife. Do you know they're not serious? Like, you know what I mean?
You know knives, don't you?
He knows bread knives.
Someone put a bread knife to me throat. Like, you're going to be here all day.
If you're going to do that, fucking saw it.
You're going to be here all fucking day. You try to cut my throat with that.
Showing him the video on Hot Water.
Google me. Google me.
You're not going to believe this, but if you just skip to 16, 18. Look.
Let me talk to you about knives.
Yeah. Well, you want a good carving knife if you're going to slit me neck, you dick.
Have you ever had a night out, go back to someone's and it's gone wrong?
I've been I tell you, one time I did go back to a house and like 15 minutes into the house party, I was like,
Gotta go.
Someone defo broke in here. No one owns this. No one is in charge of this.
That's interesting.
And I was like, I'm at it. Like we were just sitting and like we weren't doing anything bad, but I was like, this isn't
someone's. No one lives here.
No one here knows who lives here.
They weren't. I mean, who are these characters you were going about with? Sat outside boots.
Two like open spots from like.
Oh, they were comics.
Yeah, two comics, but then the rest of them were like their scally mates. You know, they're two like open mic comics back in the day. Right. It was one of them. Like when you realise you're in a dodgy situation.
Whereabouts is in Liverpool?
I have no idea where we were. I just remember I always used to end up having to get taxis home. I was remember going back with it. I hadn't been laid in like a year and a half one time, and this girl was like, "Come back to us."
That's not that long.
Like, oh no! When you're 19 and virile, it's forever.
Fucking player.
This girl was like
18 months. Lad.
This girl
standard. Standard hiatus.
Well, he's not had sex since his kid, just in case. Not have another one of them.
I went back to the student halls, and as I was walking in, the security guard went, "Do you live here, mate?" And I went, yeah. And he went, "No, you don't. Show us your key." And I was like, "Oh, but mate." And this girl was like, "Oh, well, what are you going to do? See you later." And I was like, "Oh, you And then he was like, "Come on, mate." And I was like, "But mate, I haven't been laid in fucking ages." Like, he was taking me out. And then as I got to the gate, there was a cab there. Yeah. And he was like, "Mate, flag him down because you're fucking miles from the city here." And I was like, "No, I'm going to stand here and call you a prick for a little bit longer." And the cab went.
So just offered him 20 quid or something to let you in.
Oh, mate, I was offering everything.
So how come she couldn't let you in?
I'm not had sex in 18 months, mate. I'll suck you off. Come on.
Join in if you want me.
So she lived there though?
Yeah.
But he wouldn't let you in?
Nah. It was one of those, like secure halls. When you
right,
I mean, I could have been thinking back.
She would take
Could have been anyone, couldn't I?
Yeah, could have just fucking ransacked the whole student flat.
Oh. Surely she could have put a word in for you, though.
She did. She was batting me corner for a bit, but then she was like, "Nah, well,
how long?
What are you gonna do?
Minute?
Not that long." Clearly had a pot noodle in the fucking coming back home.
Yeah. Go and shag someone else in a flat. Student.
Well, I'll go see Terry.
Yeah. There'll be someone on the lift. I'll fuck. It'll be fine.
He'll be watching DVDs.
What about you? Ever been back?
When we were in college once, there was this lad in our college and he was a mature student, so everyone was like fascinated by him. Yeah. But he was only probably about 3 years older than us. We were like, let's like, and he was dead cool and sounds and that. Yeah. And he had his own flat in Huyton, and we were like, we all went to college in Huyton, and he was this lad, I think his name was Gary, and they were like,
Gary's a good name for this guy.
Is it KCC?
So our other mate Liam,
Gary with 2 hours.
Our other mate Liam, who was our age, had a flat in the same block of flats, and we'd all go to Liam's for the sit-off, and it'd just be a shithole. And he used to just open all the tins that were in the cupboards and put them in one pan. And he used to call it tin blag, and that's what we'd have with bread and just all sit in Liam's. So then we were expecting Gary's flat to be like equally like rank and whatever. We went in and it was lovely, and he lived on his own. It was spotless. Yeah, it was just, we were like,
And he was gay.
This lad's a catch, yeah. No, he wasn't gay. This lad's a catch. And like everybody was like, who's going to get with Gary here? Which lucky woman's going to get with Gary? He seems to know what he's doing. We're like, what's his situation? He's like a mature student. He hasn't got a job. He's got this really nice flat. And we were like speculating anyway. It turns out that he'd done time for armed robbery in jail. Got paid off because he kept his mouth shut. And then he was just like doing his A-levels and studying law and all that. And we were like, oh my God, imagine finding that out. Like when you got with him, you'd be like, oh yeah, I just need to tell you something dead quick.
Oh, I respect that though.
Yeah. That's why his house is so
No,
clean.
but when you're
He's
an
not a
18,
grass. He's not a grass. He's
when you're like
he's
an
got to pay off.
18-year-old girl, you're just absolutely scandalised by it. And we were like made him more attractive, really.
That's what I mean.
Oh, really? Yeah. Did you get with him?
No, I never.
Oh.
Did one of your mates?
No, it was like a girl who was in another group of girls who we were friendly with, but we weren't mates.
So she was a bitch.
He told you that,
She
but
was
he's
a bitch
probably
when
a
that
nonce.
happened.
Yeah.
Maybe he was just an ex-nonce. That's your cover
robbery
story. You called Gary.
Yeah.
And
No,
you're
but
innocent.
he was like much shorter than me anyway, so it wouldn't have worked out.
Oh,
Right.
it's a shame.
And then another time my mate went back. This is quite horrible. It's not, I'm building it up. So we all went on the works night out, and my mate didn't work with me, and she was like, I'll come out, and she went, okay. So there was this lad who we worked with, he was one of the managers, and he was a fucking bell end, right? He was just, nobody liked him. But he wasn't a bad looking lad, but he was just like, you knew it when someone seems good looking, and then you get to know them, and you're just like, no, you're horrible, and you're horrible. I don't fancy it, because you just, anyway, she was like, oh, who's that lad there? And I was like, no, stay away. And she's like, no, I'm going to talk to him. So she's talking to him, and then he lived in town. So she come up to me at the end of the night and went, listen, I'm going to go back to this with him. And I was like, are you sure about this? And she was like, yeah, I know, I really like him. We seem to get on really well. And I was like, oh, all right. Anyway, I went home, and I think I had my house at the time. So about half an hour after I got home, this little knock on the door, and she was there, and she went, I had to leave. And I went, why? She went, he took me back to his, and she said, I was just sat in the living room. He went, I'll be back in a minute. She went, and he went in the bedroom, and he come back, and he just had like undies on. Like he just went and just got completely undressed. And she said, I was shit myself. So I was like, oh, where's the toilet? I need a wee. And she said, I went in the bathroom, and he had his contact out on the side of the sink, not in like the little container. And she said the sink was filthy. And she like had a bad gag reflex of things like this. She just couldn't stand any. And she said, I was just going, and she said, every time I looked at him, I was going, She at the end, I just went, I've got to go. And he went, why? And she went, I just don't like the way you keep your contacts out. And that was the reason for leaving the night. I was like,
But hang on, so he take them out and he just left them on the side.
Just left them on, like, so you knew.
Yeah, but maybe were they dailies?
So not him coming out in his undies. It was like, oh yeah, that's weird. That wasn't the thing that made her want to go home.
It was the way he
seeing the
left his
contacts on
contact
the
lens.
side of the thing.
Why is he taking them out?
Yeah.
What?
Is your friend not very good looking?
Sucked him out because he's like, well, she's a 6. She's going to be an 8 in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I've never ended up back at some
Take
like,
me
weird
contacts out with your
sit-off where I
nipples.
didn't know anything, because girls don't really do that as much as lads do.
No, you look after yourselves. You've got to protect yourselves. We don't.
Yeah, we got to be like,
We don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Oh. You ever been back to someone's house and the parents have been in? It's just fucking weird.
What, after like a night out?
Yeah.
I've been to someone. I went on a date with this lad, right? And I'd been at a house party, and my mate's cousin was there, or some relation. She went, when she went, he really likes you, and he was not bad looking. And I was like, oh well, I'm single, may as well. She went, he asked if he can have your number, and I went, oh yeah, give him your number. So anyway, he phoned me and went, can I take it out now? And he went, I've got to go back to Catterick on Thursday, so do you want to go out Wednesday? And I was like, oh yeah, okay. And he lived in Bootle, right? So I lived in Kirby.
What's his name?
Can't remember. Steve. Do you know Steve from Bootle?
Which one?
Yeah. Steve, brown hair, black, brown eyes. Yeah, I know him. Yeah.
It's a Catholic a bit. I know him.
So anyway, he said, I'll pick you up in Kirby Town Centre. So we waited by Blockbuster for him. This is how long ago it was. And he turns up, and he was in his car and that. And my mate was gone. Right, so if you're not like the date, phone me, whatever. I was like, okay.
On what?
Find a
On
payphone.
No, from the pub. Pubs had payphones.
Yeah.
So anyway, I got in his car and he went,
tell a story about that.
he went, we'll go to the Merton. And I went, okay. And he went, do you mind if I just stop at ours for 5 minutes? And I'm thinking, oh, I'll just wait in the car outside, that's fine. So I was like, oh yeah, no problem. And then we got to his and he went, yeah, I'll come in. And I was like, I don't really want to come in. And he went, no, I've just got some bits to do because I'm going tomorrow. And I was like, oh, I feel dead awkward. He went, no, my mum sounds. It sounds, she knows.
My mum's sound.
I went in. His mum was in the living room like this. She had a picture of the Queen over the fire.
Oh.
And I walked in and she went, just got one question to ask you. you Catholic or Protestant? And I was like, what the fuck? I went, I'm atheist. And she went, turns it away. And he went, yeah, I'll come in the other room. And I went in and there was this ironing board set up and all his kit.
With coke on.
Yeah.
Ironing board and a wrench.
Yeah, all his kit that he was taking back to the army barracks the next day, all out. And he went, can you iron? I went, I'm going. And he went, no, I was joking. And I was like, I fucking know you weren't joking. And then we went to the meeting and I just pretended to be sick and come home.
That's
But
great.
He was like, can I come in for a drink? And I was like, no, I feel too sick. And I was like, oh, he's going to see where to live. So I don't want him to know where to live. So I made him drop me off at my mate's house who lived over the back of us. And
See where that bitch lives.
Yeah.
Follow her out.
He's parked in and I'm like that. Bye. And he's going, bye. I'll wait till you get in. I was like, no, it's fine. Nice to meet you. And then I was like,
Stood at the door, just not going in.
I fucking go in. And I knocked at the door. My mate was out and her mum answered and she went, Kate, at Diane's. And I went, you just need to let me in. And she went, well, I went, just let me in. And I went out the back and I had to climb over the bushes to get in our back. And I was like knocking on the back window and my nan had to let me in.
Let me in quick, this guy's going to get me to do the ironing.
And then my nan went out.
He's trying to get me to do
I was
housework.
like, oh,
It's not the worst thing that could happen to somebody if you go back. Oh, this is traumatizing. I'll never get over this crease.
It's got images of little Mo just fucking the iron board and these.
What are we going to say about the payphone thing?
Oh, there's saying like the pub that I'm drinking.
Right.
I haven't been there for a while. My dad drinks in more than me.
What's it called?
I don't really want to.
All right, don't worry.
check.
Just gonna shout it out. Get a
Yes,
bit of publicity
sponsor.
for it. Like, you know what I
The
mean?
salt box on the Nicker Road, right?
Shout out whatever that was.
And you know you're talking before the Keys and Grey. Well, this is before Keys and Grey.
Oh, well,
You know, the good old days.
the heydays.
The good old days.
The good old days.
They used to have a thing called the Monday Club, and you go there after work
Keys
on a
and
Monday.
When was it?
What?
When was
On a Thursday. They had a thing called the Monday Club. You go. Listen to me story. Where you? No, and what used to happen?
It's a rap the podcast.
You used to have a set of rules. It's the most misogynic rules you've ever
Don't
heard.
talk about Monday Club. First rule of Monday Club, we hold it on a Tuesday. Really throw these idiots off the scent.
No, because Monday used to be happy hour, so they all go to the Monday Club.
Anyone who turns up on Monday to Monday Club gets egged.
But they used to have these rules, and they keep a note, and you used to get fines. And if your partner,
Tell you what, this cock-a-bootle stuff, you're getting more gimpy by the sound of it. What? Go on.
if your partner called up the pub, it was a £5 fine. So before mobiles, if your wife or girlfriend called up looking for you in the pub on a Monday, it was a £5 fine straight into the book.
Right.
If they came to pick you up in the car and beeped you, it was a £10 fine.
Beeped
Right.
If they beeped you, they had to pick you up in the car and beeped you, it was a £10 fine.
This sounds like these women are going to be like battered. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You rang the fucking pub again.
If they step foot over the door on a Monday, it was a £25 fine.
Really? Yeah.
And they used to get
Oh my God.
Good old days.
Yeah.
good old days on a Monday.
Halcyon days.
Yeah.
So
you
the
could
best thing
swat
is,
your
though,
wife.
is if you can get a date back to your house to do the ironing for you, you win the pot.
Yeah.
And they used to collect the fines. He used to collect the fines at the end of the evening, go out in the ale for free.
That
All
does sound
the
like
fines
what
off
like
people.
misogynistic. They'd have a gown. You know, like people who are out 50 quid who ever can sleep with this girl
Yeah,
first,
yeah,
something
yeah.
50 quid who can ever get
Does
the
that
do
really
the
happen?
ironing. No, it doesn't.
Nah.
Not in my circles anyway. Hey,
50 quid to
I'm
anyone
clean
who
from
gets
that.
someone to shack a girl.
no, but you know, like all these things, and used to like the Magaluf weekend, and they have scoreboards
Yeah,
about what
yeah,
you
All
did.
the pig night and all that. Yeah.
Like the idea that if you can get someone to do your iron and then you win the pot, like that's a belt of that, isn't it?
Did this ever happen in your pub? Because it's happened in ours, where like fella's been out all like on a Sunday, and the wife just comes out. This happened with me.
Finger her while she's doing the iron, and you get.
This fella was in the pub on a Sunday afternoon, and his wife just marched in the pub with his roast dinner.
Yeah, I've seen
That's
that.
a gangster,
dropped
that.
it in his lap.
Yeah, I've seen
Like,
that.
was she pissed off or like?
Yeah,
right.
just, here's your fucking roast, you haven't turned up. home.
But then our mate's mum,
I've had that. I've seen that before,
our
yeah.
mate's mum, she was proper eccentric. She was dead funny, and she didn't do that. She came down. She didn't just come down with the dinner. She had a big bag, so she put the dinner down.
Yeah, I'll get close to the
It's like,
mic.
so she's like, yeah, Kenny. So she wanted that to him, and she put the dinner down, and she went in the light, and she got knife and fork out, and got salt and pepper out. Just left it and walked out, and didn't even shout at him or nothing. Just walked out, but she was like dead eccentric.
I've got mates whose mum's done that for them.
Yeah.
We're playing their roast in the pub for them.
Oh my God.
And they eat the roast in the pub and carry on drinking.
No wonder you got shit like Monday Club going on. The women they've got as role models.
It's fucking... Oh, mate.
Oh, but this same woman, they had a house party once, and everyone was
Coming
there.
and breastfeed them.
One of the lads got bladdered and fell asleep, and she went on the mantelpiece and got the carriage clock, and she put it in his inside pocket of his coat, which must have been big. And the next day, he went home and that, and he woke up and went home, and then he got home and was like, and he went, oh my God, I've robbed the carriage clock. I don't even remember doing it. So he went back round to the house and knocked on the door and went, Eileen, I'm really sorry, I got home and this was in my pocket. And she went, you don't have to rob off us, lads. She put it there.
That's funny.
Oh, that's quality.
He still thinks he robbed it. He still doesn't know that. She was like...
Really?
And he does now, he's listening.
It's on the Patreon, fella. Find out what happened with your clock.
Oh, yeah, he used to be good.
I couldn't. I've never seen that happen. Someone bringing someone's tea to. You've never seen that, have you?
Yeah, because you don't. This is like a proper. I'm on a proper local list though. Like,
yeah, I've never
Right.
had a proper local.
we used to get away with murder. Like, when the Rugby World Cup was on, we all had a game of rugby with a glass with a pint glass in the middle of the pub.
Yeah, a game of rugby with a pint glass.
And the landlord said, "What are you fucking doing?" All right, I'm ref. Just like, rolled it in, and we were having a game of rugby. And then one of the mates went.
That's fucking.
One of my mates went to the other mate. Just when I nod at your duck, and he did, and he just fucking punched one of the other lads. Just fucking dead hard. I just laughed. Dead funny. Just fucking mate. Some of the
You
stories.
went to private school, fucking rugby.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is the rugby. No, this wasn't any of the lads. This is fucking the rough ass ones. But it was just because the Rugby World Cup was on.
Yeah.
So like got caught up in it. Let's have a game. Let's have a game in the middle.
I was thinking that the other day, like when I was out and you see some fellas behaving the way they behave, like when you were 10 and you used to look at like everyone who's 30 or 40, you think they've all got the shit together in some element, and the older you get and the more you see, you go, oh my God,
not.
there are people that are probably worse at 35 than they were at 15.
Have I not told you? My dad has never rang a taxi.
It's not that shocking.
He'll ring one of us.
He drives.
No, he'll ring one of us to ring him a taxi.
I mean, I haven't rang taxis for a while because
no, my dad will ring me to ring him a taxi.
What he's doing is he's ringing a taxi, but you're not going.
but
right?
you're not-
Or he'll ring my sister, or he'll ring my brother. He'll ring someone to ring him a taxi because he's too much of a man for small talk on the phone.
I bet he doesn't sit down in it either, does he? He just stands on the bonnet.
Get me acne, I'm going to stand in the back of it.
I want a milk float.
Never rang a taxi. He's like,
Ring us a
going,
forklift.
Yeah, you have to. That's why he wants you, mate. He wants the mini cab so he can just squat down.
We had a snowball fight in the pub as well once when it was snowy. That
Christmas. Sounds all right. That sounds quite Notting Hill. That
One time
snowball
in the
fight
pub I
in the
worked
pub.
in years ago, this family used to come in and
Putting
like
rocks in the middle of
4
the
or
snowball.
5
I
like
imagine.
grown up fellas, like adults older than me, and they used to get bladdered. For Sunday night was their night, and they get bladdered. And this night it was a bank holiday, and they got so bladdered on the way out the pub, they unplugged the fruit machine and walked out with it and took it home.
Because they were so bladdered.
No, but
oh my God, I'm so bladdered.
They didn't do nothing with it. The next day, they knocked at the pub and went to the landlady, bringing this back. Sorry about that.
But the landlady what did she just watch them take it?
Well, no, somebody come up and went.
It's quite difficult to smuggle a fruit machine out of a pub
under your jacket
when you've pissed as well. You know them 5 lads that have been getting twatted and been making a tit themselves that everyone knows are there. Now they're just sneaking out with the fruit machine.
They were like that. They would be known for like doing mad shit. So someone just come up and went, Jean, the Connollys just walked out with the fruit machine, and she went, they'll probably be back tomorrow. Don't worry. They're always doing mad shit like that, and they did. They came back the next day with the fruit machine.
As long as you apologise. All's well.
No hard feelings.
No hard feelings. It never paid out, love. Don't we?
2-week ban from Monday Club. Yes,
no one got banned. You only got fined. The Monday Club stopped when the hardest fella.
When women sort of got rights or something like that?
No respect for women. It stopped because the hardest fella in the pub got a new bird who was 16 years younger than him and decided she wasn't adhering to the rules of the Monday Club.
Right, okay.
And then his fines got so ridiculous that he couldn't actually enforce them. And because he was the hardest fella, everyone was like, "Oh, let's just scrap them." It's getting a bit ridiculous now anyway. You know, it's 2021. Let's just scrap the Monday Club now. It's 1999. Maybe it's time to call call it quits.
So it just took one good-looking woman to just
took one good-looking woman and one hard man. Basically, it took one hard man because all the lads went, yeah, respect him.
But then it depends if he had
a woman worth ruining it for.
But I mean, like, surely if one was ringing the pub fucking 10 times a night, would they tell the missus one rule? The Monday club
the missus knew the rules.
Oh, I'd be ringing on purpose if I knew the rules.
Yeah, but it's your money.
It's your money you're losing as well, though. Fucking hell. My might have it taken out of a keep. She'd be fucking. She'd be ringing none at all.
What we're going to talk about now.
You're not meant to just say that.
Why not?
Let's just start a conversation and flow naturally.
Why not? No, this is a natural flow, isn't it?
What did you when you said you used to watch Piss Pots, do you have a favourite one?
Piss Pots?
You said you used to go and watch the drunks in the pub.
Oh, just like old men, yeah. Like just piss. I didn't know that was what it was called.
I been on the cab, you end up hating them, me, because like you see them going to Wetherspoons at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah, I didn't like him.
And you're just fucking dead jealous. You're just fucking dead jealous seeing them getting in your taxi at 8:04 in the afternoon, rotten, and you're like, where the fuck? How every day though?
Yeah. Like, drink halves as well.
How the fuck can you afford this?
yeah, weird, aren't they?
Yeah.
Anytime there's free sandwiches, they're there. All of them pop in. Oh, free
Pick them up and go.
Yeah.
And again.
Our mates went to a pub the other day by ours, and they put the free sausage rolls by them. And they were in the pool room because they were the only ones in there. And then those old men came and sat there. And they went, as they were leaving, they took the sausage rolls into the other room. And they went, yeah, lads, have them. And they said the fellas started having a punch up over the fucking sausage rolls.
Did they? Yeah.
Not too many. And he's like stuffing them in his coat.
I've seen him do that. Put them in the
but that's clearly not a fight over sausage rolls, is it? There's a lot more that's got into why they're fighting over free sausage rolls.
They used to put roasties out on a
Probably because they got divorced.
Some people used to just put handfuls in the pocket and take them home.
People love free food in this country.
Fucking trams.
Free food.
Free food, baby.
See, I'm the opposite. I'm probably too reserved when it comes to a buffet or something.
Was there a buffet at the wedding at the weekend?
No, there was just
Didn't seem too
set
reserved
meal.
to that.
Set meal. It's one on the table. It's a set meal, isn't it?
Alcohol's different. Food.
What's the? Have you? Did they do? He asked before. Were you pissed before the wedding speeches?
No, but I was on the way. I still stand by that. My behaviour was fine.
Did you get up and do a wedding speech?
No,
that would have been.
No, I didn't. Try and
do was he giving him a type 15?
Still, obviously,
anyone see Love Island?
you can upset if you're gonna go and if I went with the mindset that I was gonna kill. You're gonna upset a few people, aren't you? You're gonna say the wrong thing, but then you move on. You move to another circle of people.
What were the speeches like? Were you critiquing them?
Just fine. No, I'm not. Well,
I get bored with the speeches,
Oh, mate, I went to a wedding.
I've never seen one decent.
I went to a wedding once, and
there's the odd line that I laughed at, but then other people weren't happy with me laughing at it. I thought, well, that was generally quite funny. That, but you just none of you were laughing at it at all. Yeah. But I was like, but I laughed to show support. Thinking, oh, that was a good line,
and they'll love that as well. Oh, the comedian laughed at that.
Yeah.
Must be good.
Well, apparently not. Apparently, everyone thought I was being a twat.
Yeah.
Thought he was laughing
ironically. I'm there trying to go. I genuinely thought it was all right. That line.
Oh, you're being ironic, Simon. We all know what you're like.
Put your card down. Put your card down. Getting gonged off.
No, but it's like just because I haven't laughed hysterically throughout doesn't mean I'm not going to laugh when I hear one line. That's good. Yeah. But like a particular joke, I'll laugh at that and go, I like that joke.
It's fair. I agree.
Do you know what I mean? But they just think I'm trying to be a tit.
I was at a wedding once and someone put a they put it like a big seafood platter out and there was like a fresh lobster on the buffet. And one of the family members just come and picked it up and walked away with it, put it back to take home.
What's with everybody in your lives just starts taking food?
But it started off like
any
Chinese
food in sight, I'm having that.
Everyone's going, see him over there. Oh, see him over there. He's got a lobster in a carrier bag.
So scout.
Yeah.
At the front of some people are going, no one else going to take it out, mate. Yeah.
Oh, my brother's wedding in Vietnam. Like there was minesweepers after. They were going around getting the cheap vodka, the like Vietnamese like nail polish vodka.
Yeah.
You know, it's like nail polish remover, like so strong. And there was people just minesweeping the tables. And, like, because we're like Westerners, their food is different to our food. And so we were like having a bit, but being like, you know, like
nervous in case.
Proper, like you imagine like a buffet, but like in a country where you're used to the bacteria, so you're getting the shits regardless. Probably not going to touch too much of that. And they were like, oh, they're Western, so we'll give them chips, and they didn't know how to cook chips, so they did them in butter rather than oil. So they just tasted horrible, like proper fried potatoes, just fried in oil.
In my head, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I'll be honest. When I heard that, I was like, sounds like buttered chips. Oh my god.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't work.
Is it horrible?
Yeah, it's the worst thing. Because my missus is Irish, so she was like, "Oh, chips, I can have these." And she had one, and she was
Potatoes.
like, "Yeah." So, but there was people minesweeping at the end.
So what are you like
They were
at a
taking
family?
all our food.
A family. What's your family's opinion on you? They
On
think you're a
me?
tit. They think you're a bit of a prick.
Back in the day, I used to get quite pissed at weddings, but nowadays I'm a bit more sensible.
So they think
you've
you're
gone
not
over
a prick.
you've gone over the hill.
Yeah, like, well, I don't really like. I never get invited to
Grow
weddings in my family. It's my missus. We always go to her weddings, Irish weddings. So
you know.
never the
Yeah.
pissed
So now
us.
you're completely off the guest list, are you, with family dues?
Not off the guest list. Just no one's getting married. So I'm not.
But they're not just to marry anything. Like, you know, what are you like where there's alcohol involved and a long day, christening, funeral. You know, these events.
I'm
You all right? Yeah,
I'm all right,
get on well with them.
yeah.
That's good.
I don't get invited to them. Mate.
Are you off then? Are you?
Yeah, well, the one side of the family's too posh. They all think I'm a fucking ruffian.
King of Bootle.
It's king of bootle. They try not to invite me to anything. And then the other side all think I'm a snob because I went to merchants and that, so they don't invite me to nothing either. But
Maybe if you didn't mention going to merchants every hour.
Yeah. 4 times on this podcast.
no, so one side just
Subscribe
fucking
to the Patreon and find out where Rob went to school.
No, but you have to keep. I have to keep reminding everyone that he is privately educated, so that you know this just seems fine because they don't get nervous about me being here.
Oh, because they're not worried.
Yeah. What you? What's your family thing?
My
think you're
family
tit now?
dynamic is just weird. We don't really do much together. My mum's from a really big family.
Right.
She was like 1 of 10. But I think with families that big, it's always awkward.
Yeah,
when they all
don't
get
see each
together.
other enough and all that. Yeah.
So from when there's just like 2 or 3, because you can like remain friends and close. But when there's loads,
You see, there's no real
there's always
mad
someone with
beefs.
FOMO.
Yeah.
Other people are doing stuff and they're not invited. So I try and just stay out of it, to be honest.
My missus got a big family, so they were all.
But I don't tend
10
to,
sisters.
when I do go to things, I don't tend
10
to
sisters?
get
What is-
pissed or whatever.
Do you not know? Is there like mad beefs then, like proper beefs where they go, "You're not coming to anything"?
No, I tell you what, I did get in trouble for once though. Is that like we were drinking at we went to a barn dance.
Yeah.
She lives out in the sticks. And it wasn't a wedding, but it was like after. Like
This is your side or your missus's?
my missus in Ireland.
So
Right,
you say
okay.
she's 1 of 10.
Her mum's 1 of 10.
Yeah.
So there's 10.
But you're not in that
aunties, so
family then, are you? Because
not
it's
in
your
that family.
missus's.
No, but I'm like the plus one. So they all.
Yeah.
But I'm like the intriguing one.
You're the
foreign
exotic
guy.
plus one as
Yeah,
well, because you're
yeah.
like sort of American,
He's from the
sort
mainland.
of English.
You should tell us what to like.
He's from Liverpool.
They
Big
ask you-
city.
They ask you about America as well. Do you know you were from Texas as well? For
They asked me a bit, but like it's more. They're just like chat. It's comedy that people want to know about in Ireland. They love the little speaker, don't they?
They love the crack.
Yeah, they love the gift of the gab. Yeah,
So do
kiss
they-
the old Blarney Stone.
They ask you about it, do they, and all that?
Yeah.
All my
chats me
family
about
just
that.
keep telling me I'm not funny.
Yeah, well, I get that as well.
Oh, you?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's-
you?
that's
I mean, you're not even funny.
That's a proper
Your
British
dad's
thing
funnier
to
than
do.
you. Like, all right, sound, yeah.
Yeah, your shit is the main response. All my mates, like
Yeah.
as well. Whenever I see my mates who I haven't seen in years, and they're like, "Why aren't you famous yet?" And I'm like, "Because you fucking cunts don't share anything that I do." That's why.
Yeah. Just in the WhatsApp, all your stuff online is shit.
My mate told me the other day.
Cheers, and then that's it for fucking 9 months.
My mate said to me the other day, "Oh yeah, that's some lad in our work's a big fan of yours." Like, "Oh, is he?" I'm like, "That get in." Right, and he's like, "Yeah." He was asking what you like, what do you like, sort of thing. I just told him you're a fucking fat cabbie. You shout a lot. I was like, "Cheers, yeah, cheers to that." That's all the glamour gone.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
But I do think that the social media has let everyone see. Everyone's kind of, it's taken away a little bit of like what you would
glamour.
be.
Yeah.
Like the glamour's completely gone with it now. Like everyone realizes they could probably do it and sort of like be one.
Yeah. My
There's
lad,
no
said to
sort
me,
of like.
my lad said to me before, how are you getting to Chester? I went, so Rob's picking me up, and he went, "Oh, I saw a bit of his podcast on Twitter the other day." I went, "How did you? Which bin?" He went, "I didn't watch it."
Yeah.
Fucking
Them little
rat.
ones, them little ones.
rat.
It's them comments that I hate. Them fucking disinterested, fucking indifferent pieces of shit.
You got to
Kill
fucking
yourself.
How do you know if it's any good or not?
Oh, have you got a
rat?
podcast? Yeah, I made about 11 minutes in. Go fuck yourself.
Oh,
Don't tell me you listened to 11 minutes of it.
Do your like partners
You
ever come and watch
prick.
it? No.
No,
No.
good
No.
God,
It's
no.
comedy.
Yeah.
My missus will come down occasionally if I'm on,
Will
or if I'm
she?
on. Yeah, if I'm on with someone she wants to see.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Michael never come and watch me.
Do you? Because you won't let him, or he doesn't want to come.
Well, he thinks it's about him, which generally is. But also, like when I first started doing it, we weren't together that long, so he used to come and support me. But because he used to come to a lot of open spot nights, he'd sit there and go, and now he goes, I just feel uncomfortable and like I'm cringing in case someone's really shit and I've got to laugh at them, and he just doesn't really like culture that much. It's like I go and I'm just like, oh, someone's gonna be shit and I'm gonna have to like be all like, because I'm with you. So now he just won't come, and I'm like, I'm not at that level anymore. So when you come, all the acts are gonna be all right. And he's like, nah, I can't be asked. And I'm like, oh, fair dues.
Well, we spoke about spouses driving around people at the early stage of career. I think that is one of the most brutal things to put somebody through. Is if you are just starting comedy and your spouse is taking you to the venues and sitting there watching you die. That is torture.
Do you remember the Muck days?
Yeah.
Like there was a woman that did comedy and her husband used to take her to every gig, and she was a really nice lady, but she was awful.
This is the guy I spoke about with Haaland.
Yeah. She was
that one. Yeah. That story is the best.
Every time, and he was like just outside having a ciggy, and he was just like, it's every fucking night, though. It's every fucking night.
Every single night. What's that one?
But it was bad. Like, it was, one of those people like, this isn't for you. But like something else will be, because you're not.
But it was the look that Haaland said that he gave him when she got gonged off again. He just turned to her and just like, staring at Sam like it's Sam's fault, and it was just like, it's so funny. I've never seen there was one guy that I've seen, I think, where his missus used to come every now and then, but he wasn't trying to do it. He'd often just go and do one gig and that.
Oh yeah, I hate them cunts.
My fella's mates are always going to him, oh, go and see Kate, and he's going, no. And then I had a show in the Royal Court the other week, so one of his mates is always saying, when you don't message me and I'll bring me game, I'll come and watch.
I fucking hate that.
Anyway,
when you don't message me, no. If you want to fucking see me, find me. I'm not going to go to you and go, oh, I'm on this gig this day.
Yeah, but to be fair,
fucking look at
you do
Google
still
me.
go, oh, I'm at Hot Water this weekend. If so, any of these people that say you want to come see me, now's your chance.
Exactly.
Well, you're letting them know then, aren't you?
I'm letting you know. I'm not fucking messaging you. I'm not fucking begging for you to come and tell me how good I am.
I don't think they're expecting a DM, are they? I mean, if they are, they can go fuck themselves.
I think some people do. So you'll go, oh, why didn't you tell me? It's like, why didn't you?
They only knew about
why
this
didn't you
one.
tell me when you own plaster house, you prick?
You only knew about this one because it was an hour show. It wasn't just like me in a comedy.
Yeah, because you needed the sales.
Yeah. But
I needed the numbers. I'll message people then.
On a Sunday.
I spoke to him in the pub and he came and that, and Mick went away with all the lads and he said, oh yeah, Ped said he came to your show, and I went, oh, I never saw him then. He went, I went, did he say anything about it? And he went, no,
why did you ask?
He went to the 12 o'clock Everton game. He fell asleep during your show. I was like, after all that, he's been asking me when can he come.
Nobody gives a fuck about stand-up, do they? Nobody gives a fuck.
There at all.
Absolutely nothing nowadays.
Yeah, fell asleep.
If you've not done back in the day, if you've not done the Apollo, do you even exist as a circuit comic? That was it.
Yeah.
Just like I didn't. You wouldn't have known any circuit comic when I started watching the Apollo. Like, it was just like, it's Kevin Bridges, Jason Manford, and what is a circuit? What is a?
And them.
Well, not even. I didn't even know about comedy nights then. Yeah. But oh no, I've forgotten now what I was going to say. Asking about that is brave. I would never ask about
for feedback.
Yeah,
from a guy that was in the audience.
Yeah, that's.
I don't.
If you've done well, they'll tell you, so you don't need to ask.
Yeah.
Well, I know it did well. I know it went well, and like, if he'd have gone, he wasn't really into it. I'd have gone, well.
Well,
fair dude. I don't take offence to that, really.
Well, I'm convinced that people will come and watch it to see you be shit.
If you want you to be shit,
and then they turn up and they go, ugh. They're disappointed that it's going okay. Yeah, like, ugh, I've just wasted 20 minutes now. I don't want to listen to this cunt talk. And I've been speaking to him for an hour before this in the pub. They all booked tickets. Go, are you on in Southport? Yeah. Oh, well, fucking go. Don't come. You're all on the gear. You don't want. You don't need to come to the fucking Atkinson and watch me do 25 minutes. Yeah, let's go and fucking do it to try and piss me off. They turn up and then they're there, and then it goes all right. But it's just like,
but they talk all the way through, and it's your mates, and it makes you feel even worse.
Yeah, but the worst thing is you can't fucking nail them, because it's like everything I've got on them, no one understands.
Yeah,
there's no context to any of this.
But they weren't too bad, but it was just like annoying that they're there, because I know what they're going to do, and they're going to give me feedback at the end of it, and they're going to go, that bit where, and they're going to speak, and I'll be like, just shut up now. Well, I left after I went, I'm not going out. I can't do this.
You know what you need to do. You know what you need to say. You know what you should be doing. Yeah, that kind of.
I didn't think that bit was that good, but that bit was all right.
Yeah,
I had someone come and see me the other day and was like, "Oh, that's the best I've seen you." Every other time you see me, you told me it was good.
Yeah,
So you're basically saying you've been lying to me for 2 years, and then you're like, that was good, but the rest was all shite. So like, they don't understand. They think they're paying you a compliment. In the back of your head, you're going, so what, have I been fucking shite every other
But
time?
instead of you just going, oh, thanks, that means that I've got better since the last time you see me. You get all confrontational. Go, what do you fucking mean by that? You know, man?
Yeah.
But when people tell me, oh, you've done dead well there, I was like, I know, yeah. Oh, you
Yeah, I say that.
Oh, yeah, I know.
That's the best way to do it. Yeah, that's what I meant to do.
It's my job, yeah.
And be a prick about it. And
Mario
they don't want to
Balotelli.
be.
Does a postman to celebrate when he delivers a letter? No.
But you just have to do that. Oh, thanks, cheers.
Yeah.
I hate that. It's just soul
Hate when
destroying,
people
innit?
want to talk. You have to be like, oh, yeah. You're like, oh, yeah.
I don't
We were
want
saying
people
that
talking
the other week.
drunks.
Sorry. We were saying that the other week when we were at that gig.
Yeah.
And we were both, you were waiting to be paid.
Yeah.
And he's opened and he's absolutely like rinsed it. He was
Yeah.
brilliant. And then he stood there and you were just traumatized, weren't you? Because it looked like he was just standing there in
Just
the
like-
first break
yeah.
waiting for everyone to come up and go, oh, you
I
brilliant.
love the bit before I go on when they're all watching me because they're going, oh, look, yeah,
he
he's,
gonna be like-
he's going
I
to be
wonder if he's
shit.
going to be
Yeah.
any good. Yeah.
I like that bit. And then once you do it, it's like, all right, I need to go now.
I'm done now,
because
yeah.
These,
Leave me alone.
these
yeah.
people think I'm milling
Yeah,
about.
I'm done.
And it's just like, ugh.
Gives me money, I'm
At the
getting
menu.
off.
Yeah.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, like groupies, where are you?
I was gonna. I'm annoyed now because whenever I think of something to say,
You forget it.
I forget it, and I think that would have been a good little thing to say.
Oh,
What, the thing that you forgot?
thing that you forgot.
Oh, that would have been
Because
good.
now it's all on my head. Is the Birmingham free clean air charge that I had to pay the other day?
Have they got one of them?
£8.
£8?
To drive in the
£8.
centre of Birmingham?
Yeah, I put me thingy in
Robbing
thinking.
bastards.
I put me thing in thinking I'm gonna be sound because I don't pay any like road tax on this car. So I thought the fumes would sound
rookie
or
error.
whatever it is.
Diesel.
I was thinking, so then put me vehicle in. £8 it said. I was like, what the fuck? Because Roger Monkhouse was on, and I'm sure he said he's got like a 15-year-old petrol, and he said his was fine. So I was thinking mine will be fine. So whether or not I've just done something wrong and I've
Why
clicked
don't
on
you
it.
have, but why?
But I always pay the
No.
fare because I just the last thing I wanted was if Birmingham sent me things at £150, £120, I'd be sick.
Yeah,
You
you
are
So I
would,
thought I'll
wouldn't
just take the £8 and I'll never gig there again. That's it. I'm done.
Oh.
Write that
Another
off on
city
business,
off the
though.
list.
Right off on taxes. Soz, mate. City tax.
You got to pay them first.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
But that is bad, isn't it? £8 for a clean air fee.
I know, instead of making the fucking public transport better, they just charge everyone to drive
Charge
it.
everyone more.
Yeah.
So
And then
if
it
you're
doesn't
vegan-
go to public transport, does it? No.
I'll have to pay the Mersey flow again tonight. I still haven't got the app. Still haven't got it.
You won't get any apps.
I'm gonna get it.
You won't
I'm
get
gonna
any
get
apps
it.
or register on anything.
I don't accept cookies unless it's
I don't accept
fundamental.
cookies, mate. Never,
exactly.
mate.
I don't
I'll go on the
accept
same
cookies.
website all this. They're asking if we can see your contacts and look in your phone and stuff like that. Read your messages.
Oh yeah.
Get
And
the
what?
fuck
And
outta
yeah.
here.
But here's my theory on it. I told you this, didn't I? It's the tide
Perusing trainers.
The tide is washing us all out, and
Yeah.
the people that are accepting it are just going, yeah, we're just gonna have to go with this and that, and then we're all swimming and go, what? You level with me?
Yeah.
You're swimming, and we're both in the same situation here.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing, and I know it's stupid.
It is stupid, but you got to fight it.
Yeah, you've
All
got
the
to
way.
try it and just
Gotta fight
yeah,
it.
you got to have these little things
Yeah,
that you
little
can
victories.
My
Yeah.
mate's only just got WhatsApp for that reason. She just didn't want to have WhatsApp.
But she's got it now, hasn't
She's
she?
got it
So
now.
she can't. You can't help it.
She has to. Yeah.
I just
cannot
worry
help
that
it.
sometimes I'll think of something, not verbalise it, not write it down, nothing.
You
And
get
then
that.
it'll
Next
come up
is
as
the
an
first
advert
video on
on
porno.
my Instagram.
Well, I'm always getting Love Island ones. Ever since I started doing the Love Island bit, I'm always getting the Love Island people, what they're up to.
Yeah.
Michelle Keegan comes up a lot because I mention her on stage.
I get a lot of adverts for HRT or like hair extensions to make your
I mean,
hair.
people say it's
They're
not listening, though,
different.
isn't it? People say it's your searches and what you're typing into the
No,
phone.
it's definitely listening.
But some people say it's not.
You can request it and it'll
Bad
be
for your
audio
self-esteem, no?
files.
Also, Google.
Women's wigs. I'm like,
They know too
come
much.
on.
Google have
Yeah.
admitted that
Yeah.
when they tell you what they know about you, they leave some out because they're like, if you knew.
yeah, they do. They do know
never
too.
on a computer again. Like we know.
Yeah,
everything about you.
they do know more than we know.
Yeah.
They know more than we know about ourselves.
They know your next steps. 'Cause
You know, Google, right, once a year just sent you a file telling you all the mental health problems you've got.
Oh,
Would you be like, all right, fair enough, yeah. Now,
I-
now you know what? You're doing me a sit. I just say, go and see this therapist for these reasons. Talk about this.
Yeah,
and
that'd
then
be useful
and you'll
public
get better.
service.
Yeah.
But our generation of kids need to be the ones that we go, listen, don't do anything. Just don't. Because we were on Amazon, Google, long before we thought it was going to come back on us.
Oh, and
Like now we're so far gone, it's like, who gives a fuck? We just got to learn to live with it, which is why we want to kill ourselves, I think.
yeah, and in 15 years you'd be cancelled because your Google history.
Well, we just
shows
know
up
nothing is
dodgy
nothing
as
is
fuck.
sacred anymore, isn't
Yeah.
it? You can't have one thought now because invariably you're going to put it into something, aren't you? Because you don't want to be alone with this thought.
Yeah.
So you've got, I need somebody else to have had this. And then before you know it, Google know you've got it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they're teaming you up with every other fucker that, and then,
Do you know what I would like to see if they did that? You know, they send you the file saying these are all your mental illnesses.
Yeah.
One of those people that thinks they've got a mental and like, you know, the people that think they've got every mental illness.
Yeah.
But they haven't.
They haven't got any.
Just get it and be like, what?
Just a
There's
blank
nothing in
page.
here. Yeah.
no person.
What have you got? You're an attention seeker.
Yeah.
That's it.
Hypochondria. That's what you've got.
No, I don't like the way it's gone, but it's too late now, isn't
Fighting
it?
a
It's
losing
over.
battle.
Now all I'm preparing myself for is the eventual leak of it all, and go, that's it, it's coming out, and I'm callousing my mind to live with it all coming out.
But if it all,
They're gonna be
stockpiling.
they're gonna be public records
if
soon.
every-
All
if every-
WhatsApp message, and they'll have to bring a statute of limitation or whatever
If
that
everything
thing's called.
comes
Where
out,
you
though,
cannot be
you're all right, though.
prosecuted.
if everything
Prior
comes
to
out, you're
22.
all right
Why?
because everyone's is out.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
it's like can't kill us all, can they? So
they
it's like,
can. I'll put the day on as well. Trust me, I reckon
Yeah,
they
but
will.
like, we'll all be shamed that much. There'll be no one left. There'll be no one left to prosecute.
There'll be
We'll
some
like-
cunt that's done nothing though.
Yeah, yeah.
There'll be some fucking prick who's just clean, and he'll just be rubbing his hands together, thinking, "Whoa, this is good." Who do you reckon it'd be?
Up there on his moral high horse.
Who do you, yeah. Just there's got to be someone out there that's.
Who do you reckon it'd be?
Who do you reckon would be clean on the circuit? Who do you reckon? I mean,
Oh,
On the circuit.
yeah, the most likely person to be like,
we've all got mental
they'll be
illnesses.
fine.
What, like,
Someone that you go, right? They're not gonna. Their searches won't be
Their
the most
search history's
shaming.
clean.
Yeah, who's
Probably
gonna?
James Allen that we had on last week. He said the naughtiest thing he's ever done is pissed on a fence. Pissed on his neighbour. He said it was the naughtiest thing he's ever done.
I was
pissed on his
thinking
neighbour's
James
fence.
would be a good candidate for somebody that could be relatively clean.
No, I reckon someone like James, and I love you, Jay, but there's something dark in him.
Yeah,
Like, same as Steve Boucher, lovely fella. Every time I meet him, dead lovely name. Same as Sam Malone, as we've done before. It's like something dark in you, though. I bet you just,
yeah.
you're into some horrible porn or something. There's something horrible about you.
do you reckon there's something
always is.
about me?
Yeah, no, because you're quite open about like
Yeah.
you're in not, what was I going to call them? No, your insufficiencies, your bad habits,
Vices.
your vices.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're also quite open about the fact you're a bit of a prick at times as well.
I am. Yeah.
So
No, but I think it's a good mindset to have is to be honest. That's the power in it. To be honest. I
You're
know.
the least-
You're
you're the least honest person.
I know.
Ever.
But what I do,
anyone
mate,
talks about you,
No.
you fucking can't go. Oh,
yeah, I
You get
swear,
awkward.
I
You
swear,
swear
because
and
I'm
try and
waiting. I'm
change
waiting for I'm waiting for it all to come out, and then I'll be right. Here we go. I've been working this all out for the past 15 years.
You sound like someone.
Now let's go into it. And
You
then
sound
I'll
like
be
someone
ready.
who's got Pandora's box and has lost the box. It's like I've got
My
a
mic's
Pandora's
falling
box.
off now.
full of
Look, that's the
secrets.
sign to stop talking.
Get away while you
Fucking
can.
ghosts, mate. They're going, shut it, lad. Shut it. I'm doing too many of these, lad. I need to fucking come back. I'm going to get written out a will. I'm going to have everything fucking taken from me.
You've mentioned being written out the will to me about 4 times. Every
That's
time
one of my main concerns.
Every time, every time you tell me, I just think.
And the family wedding brought it to the forefront again. I thought, Jesus.
How much has Zach got that he's
see me.
scared to be written out the will?
Well, it's just anything, mate. I just need something.
Needs to get on that property ladder.
Yeah. You're on it now, aren't you?
Yeah, but well, not properly. It's
Oh.
not. It's just not. It's not like a good mortgage. Shared,
Is it?
innit?
Is it?
Like shared ownership.
So it's still rent. It's still getting bummed by the man.
No.
Still getting bummed by the man.
Still accepting cookies from one man.
Yeah.
Eat your cookies. Yum, yum, yum. Pay me rent, you bitch. Oh.
Your mortgage, though. Your mortgage, full mortgage, aren't you?
Yeah.
Flying.
Not that that's
Land is power.
anything to brag about. Fucking
Yeah, that's
horrible.
what you want. I've got more I want to talk about, but I can't remember it. I do have sometimes I do want to talk about more things, but I can't remember. I'm too scatty.
Right, make a note.
No, because it doesn't work that way, does it?
Right. We've done an hour 40 now anyway. She's probably best calling it.
Aw, I enjoy just coming in and talking.
You should do the intro. You should do the outro.
Yeah,
That's how you should do that.
Yeah.
Been another one.
But then you should interrupt him while he's trying to do it.
I know, because no one's watching the outro.
Maybe
so
you
fine.
could just
Directed by Phil Chapman.
Yeah. Maybe each guest each week can directly into the outro.
Do the Curb Your Enthusiasm music.
Right, before we go, where can we find everyone, Phil?
Where can you
Where's
find
best
me?
place? If people want to come and people want to see you,
Wanna
or want to see what you're about.
See what I'm about.
Oh, let's find me now.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
He's under
Egbert.
he's under-
Never lived in Egbert.
He's on the
I know I didn't want to give you real way.
the big Bobby T's protective arm.
It's a North End boy.
Yeah.
Is he?
On the big Bobby T's protective
How
arm now,
close
isn't
by
he?
are
All
you?
the King's Men right here.
About 5 minutes. 5 minutes tops, not even that, 2 minutes.
Is it?
Yeah.
Phil's
No
bringing the
shit.
Monday Club back, aren't you?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
can-
Now I'm going to get fined because you brought it up,
Yeah.
Kate.
Yeah. Oh, no, we're going to do Monday Club. We're going to do it open to all sexes.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
partners now.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if Mick calls up, that's a £5
I
fine.
think we can safely guarantee that's something he would never do.
You get a WhatsApp, that's a £5 fine. You get a
Just
phone
tell him you're
call.
on.
He's the only person I know who still leaves voicemails.
Oh. I've got a mate who leaves voicemails, and every time he does them, I'm like, mate,
Pay as you go as well.
put the phone down
What
and
is it
voice
there?
note me.
Yeah. I only voice note occasionally to certain people. Some
I
people
love-
hate voice notes.
Love a voice note,
Do you like a voice note?
I like other people's, but you know when you have to listen back to one of yours and you're like, oh
Yeah,
my,
yeah.
how I sound.
Why would you have to listen back to one of yours?
Should it-
Oh,
no, 'cause-
shit, what have I said?
No, it's
Yeah.
because because you can't see the thread of a conversation when it's voice notes. So someone will like, people have gone, and reply, like, you know, you go, like, reply
Yeah.
to a message. So they
Yeah.
reply to a specific voice note and you'll go, I don't know what I said. It's just a picture of a voice note.
Yeah.
And then I have to play it and go, oh my God, I'm so common.
Yeah.
Larkin was the first one to voice note me, and I was like, whoa. I've never really done voice notes, and then you voice
Hello,
note.
Simon.
Do you like voice notes?
I'd like him sometimes, like if I'm in the mood for them. If I'm telling a big story, I'd rather voice note it.
Yeah, I voice
If
note
I'm-
because I drive a lot. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
easy to go
Yeah.
bang, start
Dri-
talking.
If you're getting information that they're going to need to refer back to, I always type it out.
Yeah.
It's easier.
Right, so where can we find you, Phil?
Twitter, Instagram, at I am Phil Chapman.
There you
And
Very funny
Facebook.
videos.
Phil
He's
Chapman.
he's
Very
good
funny.
at the art content as our Phil.
Yeah, got a lot of
And he's
content on
reg, mate. Gets it out regular, unlike
Yeah.
me and Simon.
He puts a lot of work into it, and it shows.
Phil puts out.
there. I do put out.
Katie, yours? Where can we find you?
Twitter at
Just Twitter.
at Kate Tracey 13, is it?
Why you asking? I don't know.
You must know, you
Instagram
man.
at Kate Tracey 13, maybe. I don't know.
I wonder if anybody's had any
you'll
followers
find me.
off this.
Just
Yeah,
out-
you'll find. You'll put it in the link
There's
in
not
the
many Kate Tracey's out there.
in the
so-
bio, innit?
Most people just click off on your
I mean,
link
let's
if
be
you
honest.
add in
These
the thing.
episodes are just training for Smig, innit? We're just training for Smig to come on, and then that's when it's going to start.
Yeah.
No offense.
Well, Phil's
Don't
used to be in
take
Smig warm up anyway, so it's
Yeah.
You Smigs warm up.
Right, go on, hit the button. Let's go.
That Simon wasn't that comedy.
Do you know by now? This is fucking episode 9 or something.
Fuck yourself.